Hey everybody, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament, brought to you by Cox, Florida Mutineers, and produced by GCN. I'm Lemon Kiwi, but most importantly, I'm joined by the Caribou, the Trevor himself. Look at his luscious beard. How you doing today?
Well, I spent a lot of time making this beard very luscious today. I'm very excited for some Warzone action, especially here on the Mutineers channel, getting the Elite Gamer bringing us this high-octane Warzone. So I'm ready for it already.
Yeah, once the players are almost ready for us to jump into game, but we want to first talk to you about, well, a product that Cox has brought to us. It's called the Elite Gamer software, and we have it on screen for you right now. It's a software you can go, if you go to cox.com/gamer, you can go check out if you qualify to see if you can get this software for free. But what it does is that it finds a faster route, a faster connection between your PC and the server, the game that you're trying to connect to. So it reduces the amount of jitters and lags and spikes that you get that would make your gaming experience awful. And this is what the app looks like. It has 3 tabs. You have a news feed that we're showing you right now, and you can also filter it based on the games you actually care about. So here we picked Call of Duty. The second tab shows you all the compatible games that this software includes. So anything, if you're a Roblox gamer, we accept you. We have that here. And anywhere from Roblox to Rocket League to League of Legends and of course Call of Duty, this software supports it.
Yeah, Roblox gaming on the up and up. Those are it's their time to shine here in the professional gaming world. But you see all the titles supported from the front to the back, and of course, as you mentioned, the third tab here coming in just shows all of these statistics, the number crunches, the graphs, gives an actual visual as to what this software can do for you in the sense of creating that latency reduction and giving you better ping, giving you a better uptick, and having just an easier, more well-rounded, all-around gameplay. You can look at the graphs, you can look at the numbers. It's about a third faster than what you're currently doing, and you can see the comparison of what it was prior to and as what it is with the Elite Gamer software. So an incredible, incredible experience to be able to have something like this. And we all know just one more bullet, half a second faster reaction time, something that could have gone a little bit faster. It was definitely out of your control as a player. This is the software that's going to help you out.
Yeah, and the dashboard, you saw it right there, how useful it is. Like, you get to see it live updated, show you how better your connection is, because there's nothing more tilting than being in a game and you lag out, or you're in a gunfight with somebody and some kind of, like, lag spike happens and you get killed and you have to start your BR game all over again. So, super cool that Cox thinks of its gamer customers. But let's talk about the tournament that we're here today, the Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament. Here's the format of how this goes down. So, we've been waiting quite a while for, 60 to 80 teams to get down to the final 8. So it is 2 duos dropping in a quad game. So the team with the most amount of kills will be moving on in our bracket. So it's best of 1 up until the semis and finals, which are best of 3.
Yeah, we're starting here with the top 8, so this will be the last round of best of 1. We're over 100 matches into this Warzone tournament, and a lot of, big names, big faces have been competing in this one this time around, looking for these players, as you see the bracket, for their opportunity to become the ones to shine bright here in this setup. And, those 4 right there are the first matches we'll watch, best of 1s, moving forward to the best of 3s, and then the grand finals, of course, at the end of this day, competing for the Astro peripherals, and, of course, then qualifying to the big tournament at the end of the month, $25,000 on the line. So it's not just for a little bit here. There's something for keeps at the end of the road.
Yeah, and it's super cool that this is, by the way, the second qualifier. So we saw Aiden and Tommy and XSET qualify from the first tournament. And now we get to see the next 2 teams that will be joining them in the Pro-Am Celebrity Tournament at the end of the month. $25,000. But still, for this qualifier, that Astro Gaming package is going to be sick. You get a headset. You get all the peripherals with it. And the Astro Gaming headset was one of the first ones I ever got. It lasted me 5 years. I was able to smash it to bits,
Wow.
and it survived through all of my gaming fits. But I think we're ready to jump into games soon. So we're going to be tuning in with Foreign Licks versus Getting Lucky.
Yeah, excited for this. Of course, duos dropping in the quad setup, so it is the 2v2, and you'll see the duos trying to stick together with each other. Of course, being in the quads, it makes it that much more important for these teams to be understanding of the firefights that they take. They want to be smart with it and conservative enough that they can survive to get their loadouts, and then after that, they can really put the pedal to the floor and try to get as many kills as they possibly can.
I'm no good either.
And this is an interesting place to drop. So we're seeing these teams drop around Verdansk Airport. So sort of the top left of the map. And it's important that both duos are competing against each other. So you want to see them distance as much as they can from each other to not try and steal each other's kills. But if someone goes down, they don't have a gulag, something like that, you might see, the lone wolf go in, attach themselves to the other duo just to have that protection and just to have some backup until you're able to revive your teammate.
Yeah, and of course, getting into this, the best of one, the teammates that you're with, the other two, have no obligation whatsoever to buy you back. So if you do get dropped down, both of you, if you're in the advantage, then you just got to wait it out and see if the other duo is going to be able to beat you out. But already, one down, this is, as you said, an interesting spot to drop here, but there's a lot of players that did drop, and you heard the call out. There's a lot that went top red, and there is a very high population around this area, as there typically is.
And just a reminder that Lick, at Split, and Foreign Jace are part of Foreign Lick, so it's a combination of both their names, and Getting Lucky is Angel Walks and Mink, I want to say is how you say their name. Let us know in chat we're saying it wrong. We'll probably butcher a few of them while we're here,
probably.
but... So besides the one person able to get revived, you also have the gulag, so it's not a huge risk, but this is a best of one, so using your gulag early is really not ideal, but okay, they did find someone on top of the roof, so thankfully, we're quick on the trigger.
Yeah, most wanted target sitting up there. You obviously just putting a target on your back, a few more shots coming at him from the storage units, but they're sitting pretty with this. They are very wealthy, a few more dollars to be able to get their loadout. They're sitting a lot better off at that point between both duos, actually. One of them already having enough money to get their duo for the loadout. The other two going to be waiting out for this one, but another down and a full elim on that one. So now it's down to just Mink here by himself.
I could probably buy you back, bro.
And this is maybe just to hold down the area, so if his teammate makes it out of the gulag, maybe he can recover some of the gear. Like, I don't even think they have their full loadouts yet. They're still looking through boxes, finding money. They got a trophy system, which is nice, and maybe we'll get to tune in to see if Angel Walks gets out of the gulag. And for most people in the previous qualifier, they have pretty good luck with that. I mean, they've been pretty lucky at getting a bunch of names in their lobbies, because the rest of the people in this lobby are complete randoms. The only people in this tournament are the two duos you see on your screen.
Right, and at that point, it comes into the skill-based matchmaking. People will complain about that. Well, my KDA is so much higher, so my skill base is higher, so therefore I'm getting harder lobbies to play into. But there's always a reason for something that they're going to have something to say. Well, this was out of my control. I couldn't quite do this thing that much better. But already starting out, they have $9,000 here. Mink's got $9,000. At this point, with your deal, you'd much rather combine the money to buy your loadout, and then you two are sitting pretty. Unfortunately, though, with his teammate going down to the gulag, maybe they get a +1 kill out of this. If not, he's going to have to buy his teammate back and not use that on a loadie.
Oh, Angel Walks caught him not looking. One shot, one kill. He's back in the game. Yeah, very good economy throughout. We saw some self-revives purchased really early, and that's pretty much the first thing you will buy. Some more aggressive teams, like especially Aiden and Tommy, might prefer something like a UAV just to get the quick kills at the start, especially if you're dropping somewhere hot. You just want as much intel as possible. Right. So back in the gulag, but we can't say the same thing about Mink. So Getting Lucky, we'll have to play things slow to see if he gets out of the gulag.
Yeah, kind of waiting this one out, but we'll see if they are going to be able to do anything from this one. Of course, these are all open qualifiers, so these are open to anyone that would like to register. You can sign up there. You see the link at the bottom of the screen at battlefy.com/elite-gamer. If you would like to take your part, maybe put your hand in the hat, see if you have what it takes to get out of this one. You see the qualifiers there. There are two more left after this one, the 21st and the 24th, up to the grand finals at the end of the month. So a couple more opportunities to qualify for it, but obviously with the names that we've seen, you drop Aiden and Tommy and Xset and the last qualifier, these aren't just nobodies.
Well, Mink is not nobody. He's got the double pistols. Akimbo threw something over to the right, spots him. He's going to try and break his ankles. He gets around, gets a few shots in, and Mink will be moving on out of the bracket, or not out of the bracket, but out of the gulag. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but Lick at Split is also taking a trip down to the gulag, so I'm thinking almost everybody here has used their gulag, so it's to be expected. It's a little bit early in the lobby, 85 people left or less, so still decent.
Yeah, still, first zone coming in. A couple of them already having their loadouts. You see the red smoke, so they're camping this one out to see where this other squad is inside this house. And he's playing it conservative and safe because of, like I said, a 2-on-4 situation. You can't just go guns blazing into that house. You just have to kind of wait it out, wait for their rotation to move, and play it smart. Because, granted, you want as many kills as you can, but you don't just want to be running in blind.
Yeah, that's kind of the scary part about best of one, right? Is if you drop and get killed immediately, that's kind of it. Like, yes, you have a gulag, you have a second chance, so you don't have to be super careful. But now that everyone has used the gulag, you have to be. So we can check in on some other teams, see how they're doing. There is somebody still in the gulag. I think that's Lick.
Yep.
Look at Splitty. Get some tacticals his way. He's going to the left and jumps at him, and he's already planning his next move, and that's a pro.
Yeah, and it's kind of a real hit or miss with how players feel about it because obviously shotgun's in the meta, and shotgun's so prevalent in the gulag. It's just, people either excel or they just don't. If it's not a shotty, it's probably going to be a pistol. And, one or the other. Players just have their own difficulties with this, but 725, almost a surefire one-tap. See, that's why he's playing it safe, being at the back of the spawn in the gulag so that he doesn't just run forward and get blasted immediately and just have to wait for his teammate to buy him back here. But with loadouts pretty much across the board here, especially with the fact they're dropping back from the gulag, loadout's already on the ground. They can just pick it up again. This is a point now where they have to capitalize, really step up because of the fact that, as you said, everyone across the board has pretty much gone to the gulag now. So there are no more second opportunities for this. This is the do or die. You have to survive or rely on your teammate to buy you back.
Okay,
I'm chilling now.
We're not seeing too many rotations from these guys, right? They've been sort of sticking around airport, and this is a good area with some great high ground. You can see a lot of the open area around them. He's got a pistol sort of out, and you can see that he's going to have to redeploy his teammate. So really giving the edge. I think that's Angel Wax, from what I can tell, that's down. So getting lucky, we're really going to have to hope that they can get lucky, because it's going to be a long trek to get that money to revive him.
So they're going to get one. And like you said, this is a pretty, popular ground where there is a lot of high ground you can get to. You see the airstrike going in on top red where the teammate just used to be. But at the same point, standing on top of that rooftop like that also is exposing you to a lot of the other buildings that are around that area, because a quick one tap with the sniper, all of a sudden you're minding your own business. You just drop back from the gulag. All you got is the 2 plates and the pistol. One headshot, you're down and out, and you don't know where that is, so you have to wait for your teammate to come pick you up. So it's a dangerous position to be in, but also reliable enough to give you that good insight as to where everyone else is making rotations. You saw him take a live ping and show where the enemies are going in relation to his teammate. And with so many people dying here, they're just dropping right back and just spoon feeding. Oh, that's not good though. There's the high ground.
Yeah, so the last gulag being used now out of these two duos. Yeah. So you're seeing Lick grab a vehicle, starting his rotations. Still needing the money to redeploy Angel Walks' Mink, so getting lucky are still a little bit behind. And, well, I maybe have a lot of faith that he can get this money, right? But it's going to hurt his ego. That's a large chunk of your money gone just to redeploy someone and you're not really guaranteed to drop somewhere where you died at, so you kind of have to start back at 0 and get your money back to get a loadout. So this is really going to put them behind in this duo race.
Yeah, and it's hard in that sense, especially when you have, someone already just now waiting to be bought back. You hit this up at the gas station, get your ammo, fill it up, see if there's going to be any contracts you can pick up. Obviously, you see one of the duos has a contract for the recon. Going to get one laser down in the field at least. That's an easy one to pick up there. But beyond that, just hoping to get some contracts done. But with, the other team picking one up, that's kind of detrimental to you to not really help you get money for your teammate. Ooh.
Oh,
one tap.
Damn. He just sprinted at him. So as the lobby's getting smaller, you see about 60-ish people left. Now up into the sky, which that's, there's some silver lining there that he also can give some intel to his teammate while he's floating above. But he is also in that vulnerable position. You see a lot of the time people, once they have their loadouts, will be shooting people being redeployed from the sky.
Yeah, and just waiting this out, you hear the comms coming through, and that's just a huge part, just kind of letting that person as they're floating down, get these call-outs as to where everybody's at, see where they're going to go. I like the usage of the heartbeat sensors because of the fact that in these highly competitive ones, some people just don't really opt into cold-blooded or ghost because there's just a better, more aggressive perk that you can pick, and as opposed to either of those two. People that run ghost cold-blooded typically play a little more conservatively, but you see the pings coming out, and he's trying to make his way in his building. Got to get some loot here because, come back from the gulag, just has the pistol. Gets in the armor plate, but needs something else here before he can help his teammate out.
Some nice kills. Didn't get the team wipe notification, so he might be looking for more. You can see some pings off into the distance, but some really good rotation so far. You see they started at airport, they rotated south to go down to graveyard, and maybe they're catching a lot of bodies and people that have rotated or dropped in Superstore and then rotated out. So far so good. He is cracking the armor of someone in that sniper's perch, so has to be careful. Catching someone on the roof, so that's an easy down for him. Just throwing some nades out, gets the elimination, and now just maybe watching if someone's coming up the steps, but with his teammate being down, he'll need to cover for him.
And I like the comms. You got the live ping as to where he's trying to be. He's trying to crawl back around to be safe, but he's watching the windows. He's making sure, and he has the MP5 out as well, just in case they decide to come into his building. Enemies dropping down into his area, though, as you hear commentators saying. So there is the pistol. That's going to be a one-tap enough. He's on the rooftop. That's why it's going to do it. His one shot was enough to get that elim now. And again, find himself in a position where you have to use your eco to get your teammate back.
Oh, Lig cannot go down here. Each duo only has one person left, and maybe Lig is a little bit closer to redeploying his teammate. I think $300 away,
right.
while Angel Wax has I think got redeployed, and then Mink went down. So this is their economy severely hurt, and Lig is, a lot of people know where he is right now, and he's trying to maybe juke them, and there are some shots as he parachutes down, and he is not going to make it out, and that's just not a lot of kills. He brought up the scoreboard, and he doesn't look too happy, so it might be Angel Wax and Mink moving on. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I heard him make the call at 8-6, but that's just an unfortunate drop right there. He's looking in the corner to try to get the drop on someone that was getting shot at already. Unfortunately, just left him way too exposed and just couldn't do anything else about it. So Angel here at Superstore, either looking to get a couple kills to help them out or to get some more money to buy his teammate back, just to make sure, get that surefire guarantee that you are moving on, because this is the best of one. So they have to win out this time around. There are no second chances, and there is one man against the world here for Angel.
Yeah, and this is pretty safe for him to go through Superstore this late in the game. A lot of people will drop Superstore, loot the heck out of it, and then just leave. There may be some spots you can see some dead bodies or some things that are hidden that weren't picked up, but really not going to get much there. It's such a popular area. But there is a vehicle driving by, and he does get some shots, and as the gas closes in, this could be where he gets a team wipe, and he does confirm that solo kill, so he can start working towards the safe circle. He has some time to work with, but he's playing on the edge here.
And I like this play here because he saw the bullets going at the Jeep, so he knows that there's other players out there. He's got line of sight on them. And there's at least 2 out there, potentially 3. And I like the movement that he made to the other side so he can get eyes on as they're making their way over, because you see gas right there. Doesn't have too far to go. Just has to go over towards parking garage a little bit. But this is just a smart play, safe to kind of get an eye on where your opponents are going to be, where their rotation is, get good tracking on them. He makes a shortcut through Superstore, trying to make this little hop up here onto the top side. In case you didn't know, you can do that. It is incredibly useful while you're trying to clear Super very early game. But this time around, just using it for this. And with that airstrike coming in too, he knows that there's someone else here as well. And that's easy pickings.
Yeah, I mean, the best and easiest gunfights you can take are the ones where they don't know you're there yet. And especially if they're in a horrible position, like he's got a box he can hide if he starts thinking, he's not winning this gunfight. Now he's taking a more aggressive position because he wants to get that down, and he does confirm it. But he didn't get the team wipe notification, so he's waiting to see where his teammate is and hurt him on the other side. He cracks the armor, goes after him, but he slid in a really bad position and couldn't finish off the second kill. But we'll wait on the final, our mathematicians, to see who will be moving on. But how close is that, Trevor?
I love the challenge right there, because as he's crossing the street, he has to challenge that, right? He's just getting lit up, so he has to shoot back. He's got to do something there, but switching over, and you're super very cool guy in the gulag, and the duos facing off again this time around, though. Only one person down, and you see the XSET tag, so another XSET player coming in on this one. See if they're going to have any better luck.
Yeah, Yada and Cool Guy features Yada and a guy named Super Very Cool Guy. Fire Die features Roxon and Doozy. So remember, two duos are facing off against each other. And you might be thinking, well, why don't I just camp? Why don't I just be in a bush all game and get the Warzone victory? That Warzone victories and your placing in the game does not matter. It's the amount of kills that you get at the end. So the total, the sum of you and your friend. And if you want to sign up, go to battlefield.com/elite-gamer and you can sign up for our next. We have 2 more qualifiers going down this month. So hey, why not game and try and earn some cash from it?
Yeah, a lot of time to practice between now and the next one. You know, get your duo together. Make sure you get your strategies put together for playing duos into quads and start to sort this one out. I like this challenge here. He's put a lot of good fire across this. This ravine is just deadly to cross as well. It's so difficult to get over, but he does get an armor satchel. He gets a box out of it as well, so they are sitting very healthy on this. We got a little bit of ground to cover to get inside the zone, but, I mean, good comms across the board. Everyone in all 4 of this squad is alive, so keeping things interesting, and you hear the shots coming. He's got his teammate up on top of the hill, or on top of the building, rather, behind him, so able to get the line of sight on and get some shots on as well.
I don't see him yet.
Yeah, this lobby is getting ever smaller. About midway through this one, less than 50 people left, and we've seen a few mistakes of some players trying to run up and thinking that, oh, they're one shot, and you just want it so bad. You're so greedy because you know the amount of kills. One kill sometimes can separate you between being out of the bracket and maybe moving on to qualify for the Pro-Am Celebrity Championship Tournament. And sometimes we've seen that greediness kind of backfire. I mean, that's how our last duo just got taken out. So looks like he can't find wherever he was chasing, and now he has to start thinking about not going too close to the gas and maybe start getting himself in the better position. There is a buy station nearby, so he might be trying to purchase something.
Yeah, looking for the fire sale going here, so he's going to get the airstrike, but this is just a rough part of the map as we can switch over and, you know, see what else going on around the world. But it's a very cool guy.
Because there's shots at
Did
police.
come back into this one.
So if we get
This duo here in downtown, sitting in the middle of the district, and this is very dangerous as well. There's a lot of players that just, as we all know, they go to the rooftops, and that's where they're going to spend the rest of this lobby as long as they possibly can.
Ooh. Sharing some money, sharing the love. Yeah, Yada had like $10,000. I don't know where he got that money. He only has 3 kills. Maybe they dropped Superstore and got super lucky. I'm not sure, but it's important that he shares that money. You know, not only so his teammate can get something, but if Yada dies, like fully gets eliminated, then you're giving money to your opponents who are just going to have more bells and whistles than you are. So, now they're on the roof. You can see cracking some armor, getting one shot in, looking for where the rest are. And I like how tactical they are. They have the heartbeat sensor if anyone's going to be coming up below them, but not seeing anything off in the distance. So maybe starting to converge towards the kill leader.
Yeah, and this is going to be a tough rotation. You know, we saw the other squad. He had the kilo and he had the shotgun, which unfortunately for this is a very open part of the map. So until you get over here towards the pier, you don't get a lot of those opportunities for this close quarters to really use that shotgun, especially where they were around Monument and Park. It was just so open that you would much rather have a rifle of any kind at that point. And trying to chase those players down, very smart of him to disengage from that. But, you know, once you get over here, now there's a lot more structures. There's basically, it's like canals of old, where now you can turn the corner, you get that close quarter proximity going, use the shotgun to its full advantage, and they know that there's someone up here because that most wanted contract was sitting up here, and he's been camping the whole time. And that's a smart little ring around the rosy, an easy kill. Wasn't even worried about the claymore.
And while we were watching really great takeover from the high ground, I think Vroxen just went down, but at least he has a gulag still available, so we'll be able to see if he gets out of it. But that really means that now Doozy from Fry or Die has to just completely slow down. I'm thinking he definitely has the money to redeploy his teammate if things don't go well, but if you can't get out of the gulag, that's just severely going to hurt again your team's money.
Yeah, at the very optimistic side, maybe you get +1 out of the gulag. It's an easy little extra point to pick up there. But beyond that, as you said, he's got the money for it. Doozy now down as well. He's got self-revive, so he has the opportunity to pick himself up here. But yeah, as we wait to see what the next play is going to be.
Is it?
Doozy did get picked up. He went down again. He was in the gas, I think, taking gas damage. So he's down again, just crawling for his life. He's waiting on his teammate to come back. But yeah, this is another really close matchup between these two duos.
Yeah, Broxton's still in gulag. Doozy needing some desperate help, but we're still looking through the eyes of Super Very Cool Guy, and he's pretty much attached to his duo, and I like that they're working
Yeah.
together. There's a gulag now for Roxin, just sprinting right down mid. A lot of people go to their left side, so of course you like to pre-aim on the right. He has the Molotov, secures the right side. Now he can go for a
Ooh,
flank.
good
It still
flank.
hasn't found the guy. I mean, the guy was like camping his own spawn, but he sprints and almost missed his shot, but does get the clean kill. So Roxin is back in the game.
And I love that play that he does. You know, players with pistols, more often than not, will immediately, just because force of habit, will aim down sight off the dot. As soon as they see the other player, they're going to aim down sight. And unfortunately, that narrows their field of vision so much that they can't adjust enough to get their shots to land. And I like the first couple of shots are from hip fire, and then after that, aims down sight to finish off and get that +1 to come back. But on the other side, these two are just lasering players back and forth.
Yeah, and sticking close to each other. And that's what a lot of duos are going to be doing this tournament, which sounds really forehead to say, but more experienced and more confident duos it's actually sometimes better to play apart. So you have, especially in the later parts of the game where you're not expecting a lot of squads to still have their full force. So 1v3 is definitely more doable, and you might actually gather more kills and cover more area playing separately. But the issue is if you go down, you got to hope you have a self-revive and you can fend for yourself. And there's another team wipe for Team Yada and the cool guy. And I would think that they're pretty ahead. They look pretty good in the kill totals.
Yeah, one going down. Super cool guy. He does have self, it looks like. So looking to see if he doesn't. He doesn't have self, actually. But now he's just getting shot at. Plus, there's the glint of a scope on the horizon. This is not looking good right now to go pick up his teammate here. But they do have a lot of resources from that player he just picked up. And I did like he dropped all the armor plates before picking the armor satchel up. So there is a collection of plates here that he can sit on as well to fill back up to that full 8. Smart play to make his way around. Plus, he's got 10 grand, so he can buy him back in a heartbeat if he needs to.
Yeah, this is smart. You know, it's a huge risk because it's either you go in and try and save your teammate or you die, or you get into a scary gunfight like that. But thankfully, he picked up a bunch of armor and he has tons of money to redeploy. And that's just the play. You leave your teammate to die, you get yourself in a better position, and especially get away because you actually don't know how many are left in the squad that are on top of this building, and they just have the better position, the better angle, and I'm actually surprised he even got out of that. But now that he's around the barrel, he did crack the armor on one, but wasn't able to finish the other, so not so good for Team Yada.
Yeah, that's rough, but, 6-7, 6-7, they're even across the board. I mean, that's just a good matchup, but unfortunately, you still got a couple that are still kicking here. That was a good engagement. But unfortunately, it just did get flanked, as you said, from the left side. Didn't have the cover over there. Couldn't make the reaction. Just made a good play. And now at this point, they saw where their teammates just died. So they have an idea where these players are. So they have the opportunity now, if they need to be able to pick up the leftovers from what the other duo couldn't pick up. So this is a point now where we can hear now, as their comms, of their excitement, of obviously realizing now they have won this duo matchup.
One more on top. We're going to finish this out.
Go, dude! Roxy, baby, let's go!
There's one more up top here.
I'm coming. He's dropping down to grab stuff. Oh, on me. Oh, dude, I can't even think right now. We did it, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, it's really wild to beat that. That is what I'm talking about, dude.
Okay,
Let's go.
I'm going to try to res you.
Let's go. Oh, dude. Let's go.
Behind me. Nice, dude. Holy crap. Let's go, baby. You want to report it?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Let's go. Let's go.
We are back, and you're seeing just the reaction of Team Roxin and Doozy. So Fry or Die confirmed moving on in our bracket. And I think we're almost done this round, Trevor.
Yeah, looking like to see what duo is going to be coming forward. We'll get the actual tally of all the teams that will be moving forward into the actual semifinals. Of course, this was just the warm-ups, right? This is just the best of ones where you have the fly or die, the do or die situations where you have to perform at your peak level and that you only get one chance, one opportunity to do it, as we can take a look at the bracket to see who is going to be moving in to the next stage. Fire Die, as we already saw, distract as well. On the other side, We Might Pop Off and Foreign Licks advancing now into these best of threes.
Yeah, Friar Die took out Yada, as you said. Destrack took out Black Bermuda. We Might Pop Off took out Pogarox, which I really wanted to cast them just because of the name. And Foreign Licks took out Getting Lucky, so not getting so lucky, but getting down to our final 4 teams. So we were only casting the top 8. Now it's down to only 4, but only 2 teams qualify for the Celebrity Pro-Am $25,000 championship at the end of the month. And I think only the first place team get the cute little Astro Care package, which I'm sure a lot of these teams could use a new headset. Sometimes you don't hear what's behind you, and I'm sure a little Astro upgrade would do great.
Yeah, it's that time of year, where you get the upgrades, all the sales coming in. It's that time. It's just that season where all the, releases of these new graphics cards and everything coming out. It's just, why not upgrade everything? And what better way to do it than just win a Warzone tournament? And you don't have to spend anything at that point.
So grab your popcorn, but keep your butts in your seats. So I don't know, I guess get up, but also stick around because we will be right back for the semifinals of our Elite Gamer Warzone tournament. Hope you guys got your popcorn ready. We got some more Elite Gamer Warzone action coming right up. It's the semifinals, and Trevor, I think we're gonna go see a team called We Might Pop Off to see if that might come true.
Oh, no. Okay, well, we're dropping in now, and there's already 2 down, hoping that they're going to pop off here. 1 dead now, going to the gulag already. Foreign did get picked up, so this is already a rough start here. I mean, again, going up towards the airport, around maintenance, towards the hangars as well. A very popular location for a lot of people to go. As you can see, they're just going to start picking them off one at a time here. Got another down. I imagine a couple of eliminations for everybody across the board here, but obviously at the disadvantage in the sense that, well, you already have one of your teammates that's in the gulag.
Yeah, I like the half vote of confidence this name already spells out. You know, we might pop off features Sloppy Harry and Unify. So we might pop off you made the top 8, or actually now it's the top 4. So the name is sort of coming true. But I would like to see them call themselves, we will pop off, and just have a little
Right.
bit more confidence and have the intimidation. But Foreign Licks is also the most strange name ever, and I like that. It's a combination of Lick at Split and Foreign Jace. It's a combination of their names, but it's the weirdest one. So of course our producers threw us into that game first.
Naturally. They would have to do that. In the gulag now, shotguns again coming back. Aim down sight. Of course, just get a little shot. Second shot, not gonna get it. And that is heartbreaking right there. You get the first shot off, you're just wondering, how do I not get the second? How does he beat me on the trigger? But now he's just got to sit back and wait for his teammate here, who unfortunately found himself under fire, as the cluster strike as well. But this is rough. He's only got $1,300, and unfortunately, that ain't it, Chief. That'll do it.
What's the saying? Like, good guy, bad guys don't look at explosions. Like, he started to look away after he got the shot, like the first shotgun shot, and he thought, okay, that's the headshot. That should be a one tap. And I don't know, it was just not enough damage, and he got bodied. And he covered his neck because that was a little bit of a choke. I definitely think he had the first shot, and he should have got out. But hey, it's okay. You're just severely putting your friend Unify now behind on economy, but he's a couple more $100 away, and he should be able to redeploy. And he's actually not too far from the other duos, so he is benefiting from a little bit of intel. But there is a helicopter above, so thankfully he's inside of a building, and he's just looking for the little bits of cash to redeploy his teammate.
Yeah, he's gone this far open. Half a dozen boxes, still waiting for that final stack of cash here. Just can't seem to find it. I like what he's doing, as you said, though, around his teammates, getting this intel, understanding that there's going to be enemies around them. He called in the cluster strike as well on top of the truck, trying to maybe snag one away from the other duo. But, this is now in the best of 3. So you have a couple opportunities to at least kind of get your redemption back. As with this LMG, this is exactly what you should be doing. Just absolutely light that up. Broke armor on that one. Put a lot of damage onto that Jeep as well. But the airstrike coming in on the other side. So now he just kind of has to pick and choose his battles, pick one or the other. Of course, the other side of it, unloading an entire magazine of an LMG. There's going to be a few people in the area that kind of know where you are. But another box and $0. It would be another day, another dollar, but there's no dollars at all.
Oh, Lick in the gulag, but we've seen him do it before, and I like that he has a little bit of a controller cam, so you can see exactly how this guy's
Oh no! Crouch walk.
2 jokes in a row, bro. This is not so lucky at all.
Oh, the double deagle just hurts, and the crouch walkers, everyone knows the crouch walkers in the gulag. You wait to try to hear where they're coming from, and just cannot do it. On the other side now, but this is just rough. 1-1 down on both sides. Foreign Jace here just got lit up. Does have self-revive. See if he's going to be able to pop it. The other player stopped shooting at him, was not able to, so Jace does go down. Leaves it to just Unify's left alive here in this game. But as I said, best of 3, so they're down, not out.
That's still just not a cute game at all, right? Like, we got a couple kills. I mean, even just throughout this tournament, we've seen the most amount is 16-ish kills. It makes me think of the first qualifier where we were seeing 40 bots. But gulag run for Jace, and he's got a shotgun a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. It bounces up and makes it through. But I believe Foreign Licks, both their players might be out, but we'll have to double check and see who's left.
Yeah, so now back to the one-on-one here, plus looking for the buyback. Looks like he did. So now, unfortunate, though.
Oh, okay, good.
With Harry still down and Lick still down, now it's just the 1-1 apiece. Still, with these little skirmishes around the airport, you see 4 kills, it looked like, between the one duo and 4 on the other. So this might be dead even after that quick glimpse, but I have to look at half a second longer. Reading is very hard. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't read that fast, but there's at least 8 kills between the entire squad. But I just don't know who's got who. But he does get the buyback, so now we might pop off at full force once again. Jace here looking for the redemption. There's some stacks right here as well, though. But this is a full loadout that really is going to help you coming immediately out of the buyback.
Yeah, full armor. Everything's chilling for Team Unify, or we might pop up. I was a little worried. I thought both people drop for Foreign Licks, but they only got one person left. So,
They did now.
Oh, well, now they're
Jace
both
just
down.
got
So
taken
really,
out, yeah.
well, I guess I jinxed it, and then, or I have some kind of crystal ball, because now Foreign Lakes are fully out. So once we tally up the kills, it might be, we might pop off starting off game 1 of this best of 3 strong.
I might go
Yeah, we'll
top
see
corner,
if they're going to be able
like corner
to
right.
take that lead, take advantage of this one. But as their progression around the airport, there's just so much loot here, and a handful of players that they really like to use this in the mid game just to kind of control where players want to go from A to B. If they're going to go from airport to superstore, superstore to airport, vice versa. This is just a very popular location, these couple of buildings that a lot of players are going to go. Shots going across. They did get one down, looking to see if he's going to be able to finish this one. Is going to. There's an armor satchel back there that he didn't pick up. Smart, though, because of the fact, again, duos in a quad, you kill one, you down one. The comms are already out there. They know where you are at, so he's going to go top teal. Down another one even. Get the full on that. They do get the confirm.
Let's fucking go.
5 down.
Oh, wow.
He's excited. He's feeling that one. That's going to be enough for him to tie. So now it's 5-5
We got
apiece.
my damage though, so we won this regardless.
But they need
Okay,
at least one more. Just because
You
why
know
not?
we might pop off, need one more, exactly. And it's actually also surprising that we're not seeing too many teams have some loadouts. So he needs to armor back up, and that's the beauty of being on top of a building. You have this beautiful cement wall that's protecting you, and maybe wishes he had a self-revive, in case you don't react in time. But he's maybe going to go chase this player down. But we haven't seen too many people be able to use their loadouts. So really talk about people who have, take lemonades and take lemons and make lemonade out of it, and not have always the ideal weapons to take these gunfights with, but still making the most out of it.
It looks like they did at one point. He saw someone in this building. He's going to get line of sight, just walk all the way in, picked up his teammate's loadout. He's going to get the down now, so he is going to get this full. As a teammate comes back in the building, just to make sure everyone's safe. A +1, that's a 6, so they are going to get that now, and that is going to be officially one higher than the other duo. So that will give them the first victory out of this best of 3. And we can go take a look at the other squad, as this is the top 4. There are 2 more teams playing. And this is going to be Distract and Fire Die.
Also, I want to give, claps in chat for Sloppy Harry also getting his first kill. And it's the one that matters the most, breaking the tie. And you're still getting, I would say you're still getting warmed up. We're pretty much at the end of the tournament now. So you want to be able to step up more than that. And checking in with this other team, checking out Superstore. This is still pretty early game. So there actually still are some people hanging around. So this is a big risk. But with how much loot is in this area, this could be a really big reward.
Yeah, Superstore, obviously a very popular place to go, but they got some stacks here between them, and see if they're going to be able to pick anyone up. They do get it down there at the front door. Spider-Man going down, so that's unfortunate for the revival of that franchise. Unfortunate. Sorry, Spider-Man fans, but looks like they are not going to let that one happen. And they're going to charge in. That's a lot of loot. They just take out 2-3 players immediately in the offices and in the locker room, and this is now stacks on stacks and every weapon you could ever dream of that they would ever need.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where they dropped, but it sounds like they maybe dropped really close, like somewhere like airport, and then like rotated towards Superstore. So you catch people who have already done all the work for you, have maybe looted this place entirely, and then you get to just kill them while they don't expect people to be rotating late into Superstore. And sometimes you have, I like to call it, Christmas Day, where there are some games in Superstore where you get blessed by RNGesus, where you get tons of money. And not getting that kind of luck this time, but still walking away with a good chunk of money. So can go towards a buy station, get some bells and whistles, some self-revives UAVs, but at least having a trophy on a vehicle is good as they travel to their next location.
Yeah, and that's always it, because you can always expect players to have a C4, even after they nerf C4 going into Season 6. C4 just not having as big of a blast radius and percentage less of actual damage dealt from the explosion, but still necessary realistically, because there's still RPGs, there's still rocket launchers that will just home onto your Jeeps. So it's smart enough just to have it, just because. And at that point as well, you see a lot of players now that at the top level, they can do the seat swaps where they'll be driving along and they'll see someone standing in the middle of the field, and they'll hop from driver's seat to passenger seat, and they will just absolutely laser you and get the full kill without even getting out of the car. So that's just maximum time efficiency. But you see, this is just the road trip from A to B, one side to the other. He actually got downed from the Jeep. That is rough. Still full health. The teammate's going to have to armor back up before you can move over to try to pick him up. But this is not a good start, as he did get fully taken out. Yikes.
Yeah, that's a big yikes. And especially from the vehicle, like you said, it's really efficient to be moving to locations that much quicker. But I was really surprised to see them take the risk of driving between buildings that, I mean, it's still decently early game. Like there's going to be people everywhere and your vehicle is pinged on the map. Like people see you driving by, they hear you driving by, and they weren't really ready for anyone to be in these buildings. So yeah, I'm surprised both of them didn't get taken out. So we'll see if a track gets out of the gulag. This is from Team Des Track. So another one of these teams that like to combine the names of both of them into one team name. So Molotov in the middle starts to cap the flag. I mean, maybe this guy's AFK. I mean, he wants the kill. He's looking for
There
him.
he
And there
is.
he is. Sneaks up on him. Shots in the back. Attract. We'll be moving out.
The only damage he took was from a rock of someone watching from the high side. But beyond that, good round.
Curse you.
Was able to get, enough of a zoning influence with the tacticals and with the lethal that didn't get anything. Have to worry about it, but smart play, able to come back now from that even after the unfortunate circumstance where this is. But these houses as well, another area that's kind of dangerous, and you hear the footsteps, so he knows that someone's in there. He plays it smart, plays it safe, does get that elimination. He is still getting shot here, so he's going to have to take a second to armor back up, only having the 2 plates, though. So this is not going to be a fully healthy situation as he just kicks the door down. He didn't have any chance at all, had no idea where to look. So he got 2 very quickly back-to-back, but only still 2 armor plates here. And this is just not the perfect situation. But you see all 4 of them are relatively in the same area. So very curious to see how this team is going to progress.
Yeah, Desmond really was looking for a back window to jump out of because he really wanted to just exit the area. He had no idea how many people were left in the squad. It's still early game. You could still have squads of 4 just collapsing around you. And 2v4 is not ideal. I think his teammate was still nearby, but this guy just said, knock, knock, who's there? And just got shot in the face. So Desmond, kept his cool, was able to pick up that kill, got the extra money. He's at a buy station, purchasing a few things. And so far, so good. Self-revive, so important. Now everybody in this lobby has one.
Yeah, self-res, especially in quads deals, because of the fact that you have to rely on just your survival. Because even if you go in a firefight, you can always expect that you're outnumbered 2-on-4, and that's the smartest and safest way to play this. So you have these self-revives. You don't have to worry about your teammate getting up and stopping their engagement to get this. And this is just impressive recoil control on this. They broke armor. They're just lighting this helicopter up. Now they're dropping. I'm guessing that helicopter has been completely disabled. They are going to get one. One did drop, so that's at least one off the chopper. Unfortunate, but I'm surprised that chopper's even still flying at this point. But good control of the recoil. And there's always the PC gamers in chat right now that are going to be, well, controller player. That's why.
At least this is still a PC tournament, so you don't
True.
get that crazy aim assist that some people like to complain about. But something I don't want to complain about and actually compliment is his king light, or his little
love
crown
that
light.
crown. It's so good.
I actually have been staring at it, and I really want to ask him where he got it because I want it. It's just, and at some point in this cast, you're gonna hear me say like, "You dropped this, king," and it's just for that only reason. And this guy has like some kind of subwoofer. I don't even know what that glowing thing is in the background, but
It's like a rig.
anyway, you got the heartbeat sensor. They're checking out some buildings nearby. Eco still really good for Team Attract. So this is Desmond and Attract. Fry or Die is Roxanne or Doozy. Just a quick reminder. And another great thing about the patches that came out was these zip lines. You allowed to get yourself to the roofs without having to deal with, C4s and shotguns, blowing you away as you go up the stairs.
The only risky part about those zip lines is that that second and a half delay of the animation getting off the zip line and onto the roof. At which point, if there is someone on top of the roof just camping those zip lines, you're a sitting duck, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. You're going to get downed and full killed before you even have an opportunity to pull your weapon out and shoot back. So it's a good change because it gives more accessibility to being able to make those engagements on those rooftop campers. At the same time, also a little bit risky because those rooftop campers might just be staring that yellow line down. But I do love the changes as well with the train station. Now they've opened up train station indoors. They've added the entire subway system to be able to make the mobility around the map a little bit quicker. Of course, it's just a little bit risky in the opening days of the subway because servers were just exploding, unfortunately, because now you have this new thing that's in the game that hasn't been in before, so many players taking it at the same time was a little bit risky there. Plus, of course, the bounty contracts. Another thing, a lot of players in a setup like this would be picking up bounty contracts, but of course, there were server issues with the communication of the bounties, so bounty contracts taken out, you don't get that resource anymore to know where teams are hiding at and be able to get that money plus more eliminations and basically free knowledge of where they're hiding. So a few changes here that are just bug fixes that have, in this tournament setting, forced players to adapt.
See about 30 seconds until the gas starts closing in, so kind of just scouting around to see any late rotators, and having the trophy system there is just a must-have. Although you don't want to be driving by too many busy buildings, because we even saw earlier how you can still get shot in the face. Like, you still have windows to these Jeeps. You know, you're not really driving a super mobile tank. And there's actually a vehicle that they're chasing behind, and this is some Grand Theft Auto happening, but it's really up to, I think this is Desmond that we're watching to see if he can confirm this kill.
Ooh, I like that. Ran him down and dodged the car. I don't know how he saw that coming, but he was able to dodge the car, looping back around just barely, and got a couple downs, couple eliminations, a little bit of damage on the car going around the other way, but that's just a good engagement, a couple of freebies right there. Now they're just going to chase him down because they got numbers advantage. They just know that they're just better, and they are the elite gamers compared to whoever they just made the engagement with. So this is smart, but now, back up, back up, back up. There's too many people here, and you have to take a revision of your engagement on this one because, good Lord, you turn the corner, there's a truck and 3 people staring you down that you had no idea, and now they got to play it a little bit smarter. Hop over the wall, is going to try, missed all the shots, precision airstrike coming in, and this is not a great position to be in. He doesn't reload, he has no bullets. Had to switch to the secondary, got one down, full kill there. What is going on? And they're still alive. That's the best part of all this. Well, spoke too soon. Now one down.
Yikes.
It's just Desmond.
All right, a track down. No gulag. And yeah, I just like, what's the meme where it's like, Roddy, put it in reverse, or whatever his name is. He just walks up to someone not looking and gets the team wipe, picks up his armor, has the gas mask, and, well, he has the money to redeploy his teammate. Maybe getting towards that vehicle, getting close to a buy station, he will be pinging it. So that's exactly what he's thinking. The other duo is so far away from him that you don't even see him on the map. So this is a huge... This is really dangerous for Team Desmond, Team Destrack. If they're out now, surely Fry or Die will be ahead in the series.
Yeah, so now they have to make this adjustment. I mean, that was a great engagement. You're able to pick up 3, 4, 5 eliminations out of those 2 fights that they just went through. Now being able to go to this buy station, he was able to get enough to be able to buy his teammate back as well and get some more armor on top of it. But a very healthy position they're sitting in, plus the loadout drop right there. His teammate can get their loadout as well, make their movement over there. It's very smart to have them just fully kitted at this point, but I lied. That's 500 meters away. That's a long ways to go. But depending on where he respawned, he could just float down to it, which I wouldn't be surprised to see him do.
I like how he also became the train. He was kind of on the tracks for a while. And that's the thing. Another thing with the addition of zip lines is the train that has a ton of loot on it. It goes like super slow, so you can actually just catch up to it and jump right on it. But because of how good the loot is, of course, it is a hot spot where a lot of people like to drop. But I haven't actually seen anybody in these qualifiers really go for the train. It's been a lot of superstore drops or a lot of airport drops. But now that everyone is back at full speed, maybe give a self revive to Attract once he has the money to do so. I mean, he has tons of money. He surely, that'll be his next purchase. They're going to be trying to keep track of, really, as you are 2 duos in the same lobby as the other person, you get to really keep track of how far behind or how far ahead, and how much you have to change your play style of being more aggressive, chasing after kills, or maybe playing things slow, because the slower you play, of course, the safer you are, and you don't want to, get bursted and then get thrown out of the tournament because of that.
Yeah, and they're making their calls for their next movements, their next rotations here, sitting in Promenade, where they're going to be going. Of course, again, just kind of like around the airport area, lots of tall buildings that you could have someone just sitting up there with a rifle, just waiting for their time to shine. But everyone here with the self-revive, now one going to be going down. Didn't even have the opportunity to use that self. Both of the other squad going down. Doozy and Attract going down. So now it's just these 2 here. Attract is going to be up, but now it's just a 1-on-1. And this is, again, in the situation where neither one of them have the money. They just spent all their money on these self-revives and armor kits. And now it's just Attract and Desmond. Destract, they're the last duo left alive here, waiting on the results of the Gulag.
Gotta hope that they can get out, and they don't have a lot of money left once they do, and the lobby is getting smaller and smaller, so really giving an edge to Desmond and Attract to see if Roxanne and Doozy can get out, because if they don't, well, we'll have to see in the series. They'll be able to move on. This is the top 4 of the Elite Gamer Tournament, brought to you by the Florida Mutineers and Cox, so Remember, there's that qualification spot on the line for the Celebrity Pro-Am, and look at Sneaky Beaver just shot somebody through a window, and he's looking for more. I think there was another person up there, but a track will be scoping out the low ground.
Yeah, that C4 didn't go quite as far as what the other player was up there mounted on that AC unit, but that's the smart play. For anyone trying to breach and clear on the rooftops, that's the play as we wait for the Gulag here, because this is huge for them. They are going to get back, so both of them looks like going to be reviving out of this. That's good. Well, Doozy's still in there, but dropping on this. But I love that rooftop breach because you hop up on that railing, and they have those little windows right there. So everyone else, they're either going to be sitting on top of that little cubby, waiting for the player to come out the door, and then they're just going to be looking down on top of you, or they're going to be off to the side as you saw the player mounted on the AC unit, and they're going to be waiting there. But if you hop on the rail, look out that window, you have a perfect line of sight, and they have no idea it's coming at all. So you're able to get the full elimination and unload your entire clip on them before they have any idea how to react. Big brain plays.
But yeah, and Promenade East, I mean, once you clear this area, where do you go next? Like, do you go towards Hospital? Do you go towards downtown? Do you really want to take the risk of going downtown? But with this many people left in the lobby, surely this is doable, but you have to be so smart about it. Have your heartbeat sensors, have especially a trophy system. But again, the risk of having this vehicle, yes, you go faster, yes, you get to places and maybe get more kills as you cover more ground, but you are announcing to everybody in the area that you are here. And there's actually, okay, there is a trophy system on this vehicle as well, but we've seen the risk, and especially how open this vehicle is, you can just be shot and taken out as quick as you are driving.
Yeah, that's why a handful of people will actually swap out from this into the Jeeps instead, but shots coming down from rooftops as well. There's a lot, and they're going to have to trade back something, but of course, rooftops, as you would expect, there's somebody up there, almost surefire guarantee that you're going through downtown, someone's going to be up top waiting this one, but we'll see if they do opt for the staircase, if they go for the elevator zip lines, or they go for the outside zip lines. You have a few choices, but we'll see what their direction is going to be. And I like the attempt here just to kind of unload the loot, give it to the other player. But realizing they dropped down on top of them, so that's a +1, an easy one. Picked up coming around the corner. And calling him out that had already taken that kill before earlier in this lobby, but you look up and see him looking down on top of you. C4 coming down. It's a Simtex rather, but explosive nonetheless coming down. And with the C4 nerfs as well, a lot of people starting to run the Simtex as opposed to the C4s, but you still see this dude rocking that C4 combo, and see how it's going to pay out for them.
I'm going to play it slow, though. Okay,
we heard earlier that Desmond said there's 2 people on top of this building, and they know that he's there. Obviously they look down at him, and he has the MP5. We saw a lot of people in the last qualifier run Origins when it comes to trying entry inside these buildings.
Yes.
So, freaking 20 floors later, this guy will eventually get there, and they're gonna hear him. They probably have heartbeat sensors, and they're probably, at the very least, you're gonna hear this guy coming. And maybe, elevators could be in a patch in the future. Maybe a zip line or something would be nice. But they still they didn't expect him to run all the way up there. He still gets 1 kill. He's looking for the second guy who runs in, didn't even know he was there, picks up the double kill. Desmond is having an incredible game and make it the triple. He's on fire.
And you hear the comms. They're not happy. You heard the first one. He said he's coming up. The second one drops down to get the jump on him. It wasn't even there. The third one just dropped down the staircase, staring at the wall. Had no idea where he was, so that's just an easy triple, but man, he makes it look easy. So I can assure you it's not that simple. Now taking control of the rooftop, they are in control of the understanding of where everyone's going to be going downtown. Got the buy station, 12 grand to spend. Now pick up his teammate, pick up a couple UAVs. Why not? They have so much real estate to move about the cabin if they want to, and this is a great setup for them moving forward.
Yeah, self-revives are a must-do, especially the UAVs. And sometimes, if you're in an open, a place where there's a lot of buildings, somewhere like downtown where you could just save yourself a lot of time to just have an airstrike in your back pocket. But teammate, I think that's a track that's in a lot of heat. He's in trouble, and he's fully down. So Desmond will have to put his teammate in his backpack again.
Yeah, another buy station ping. Make the move. All right, did it once, do it again. Circle coming in now for the 4th zone. Under 30 players left to go here, 10 other squads, but already a really good performance. This is just unfortunate. You have to make your rotation now as a solo through downtown because there could be anybody just sitting inside one of these buildings with the door peaked, waiting for their opportunity. And at this point, surprising he hasn't got any other pop shots coming at him from a rooftop or from a door or any cubbies in the corners. as he's going to make his way all the way around past the
Literally
big bank
going by
and make
close.
their way towards that buy station. Because at this point now just waiting to get his teammate back here. Haven't seen the score totals between these two yet, but I imagine it's going to be relatively close, especially with, everyone making it too late game.
This spot back right here. I'm just gonna send
They're
it
not
up.
here just because of the fact that they've been sitting around in corners waiting. They've been pretty much probably taking out anybody in front of them.
If they try to climb the ladder,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Desmond has like a really clean shot. This is actually, I think the highest solo amount of kills. I mean, he's still going for more while I'm talking about him. Redeploys his teammate in a blink of an eye
no.
and is turning and burning on everyone that's nearby. But he also wants to just clear a safe area for his teammate to drop in, and he might just even drop somewhere completely different. But he's looking like he's dropping right on top. So he has to clear this area and just runs right behind this guy. Talk about the
that's
mental
brave.
game.
That's
but
so
there's two
brave.
there. He gets the down, goes and throws a C4
Oh!
in the double kill,
Okay.
man. Desmond is disgusting.
You have no business winning that firefight whatsoever, but especially in the sense of that's basically the 3-on-1. He downs one on the rooftop. He downs another one. As soon as he turns that first corner, there's two staring him down. He was able to get away from that and take the full lap around the building and then just able to turn again. And the full commit. He jumps all the way around the corner, and neither one of the two that are sitting there had any idea, and we're not expecting that at all. And that is just absolute insanity. I mean, he's a madman for doing that, but he still came out on top.
Rotated after they clustered and ran right.
Gulag
but
is
I got
closed.
seen
The
it.
final,
Oh,
20, less than 20 people left in this lobby. We could see our first Warzone victory. Misses that first sniper shot, but I don't think that guy knows he's
There he
there
is.
yet. He's still looking at something else and stays still
Oh,
long
no.
enough. The long shot,
no.
the headshot. He's looking for more.
Come
He's
on,
making
have
a
mercy.
montage.
Honestly,
Oh my
the storms
God.
are closed. The
That's
pieces are
just,
found
at
and
that
they're
point, it's just rude. But now you are able to get everything that you want from what your teammate just did to that squad right there. Able to get a couple downs. They just, as you said, had no idea where he was. They just free firing. I mean, that's a firing range if you've ever seen one. And now they have this opportunity. I like this pickup. He's got the Dragon's Breath again because of the fact that you have this sort of close proximity situation they could get through. But that's a lot. That scoreboard had a lot of big numbers on it.
I knew we were fine, but not like
Yeah,
that.
that's Desmond. That has, 18 kills?
Yeah,
Wait,
something
I thought
like
it was
that.
Desmond. I might be highlighting at Tract. Either way, Des Tract, whoever it is, they're popping off. You get into the double digits, you're in a great spot when it comes to just a solo or a duo Warzone game. Anywhere above 20 each, I mean, that's insane. That's 8 and Tommy amounts of kills. But already shooting someone down from a parachute, easy clap, or someone at a very long distance, and wow,
turn.
the precision there to get the down and, load out in case he wants to change something up, but, still in a good spot in the middle of the safe circle, has some armor to spare, has the buy station control, and this is looking really good for Team Destrack.
Yeah, 5 squads left here, and you see the direction from where this cluster strike's going in, so they have an idea of where A-Team's going to be. A track going down again. He does have an airstrike. He's going to call that one in to try to push them off his teammate. Unfortunately, not in time. Track is going to go down, so now he's going to take the opportunity, as well as the A-10s flying in overhead. He's going to help him out. That's a triple kill that he just picked up, and there's nothing to it. Now he's got 19 eliminations.
Oh, wait, that's for probably the
Thank
people
goodness
that
for the A-10s flying overhead to give him a little extra firepower to that one, but I'm sure he had it just fine on his own. And with the track going down, plus on the other side, you see the auto going down as well. So there's 2 down here. Roxon is going to get up again, though, thanks to that self-revive. You talk about the importance of it. And that's showing exactly why. But he's down again. Yikes.
Uh-oh.
You know what?
It's still so good of them to rotate early for one of these last couple safe circles. I mean, this area sucks. Like, there's no cover. There's like these half walls, and there's a high ground. So whoever gets there first is going to have the best advantage. And look, he's looking down at his opponents as the gas is closing in.
Wow.
He's picking them off one by one, but he got a little too greedy. He could get around this tree. He can still self-revive, but he needs the backup of his teammate. And unfortunately, Attract is not here to do so. It is Doozy versus Desmond for the final couple kills.
Yeah, he's got no armor plates either, so he has to play this one really safe because a few shots, well aimed, are going to absolutely just destroy him. Plus, you have to worry about now, there's a team here that did just shoot you, light you up, and now you have no resources to go with. Plus, you have the players at the Monument on the Park way in the back that were taking pop shots at them, but using the other squad mate here to kind of help you give that information as to where they might be. This is a play you have to make. You have to push up. You have to be aggressive here and take these resources. One whole armor plate. Wow. Hey, what an insane play to get one armor plate. That is just not great. And plus, only $1,000, so you just don't have the money to buy an armor plate bundle.
Chad, who remembers
This
the
is going to
days
be
of
rough
Sword
because,
Hero?
like you said,
Freak.
lack of cover. Unless he's able to get something here. That's another one.
Always looking for more, and it's just him
Oh!
versus the other guy, and without any armor. I mean, you get sneezed on, and you're just gonna die like that. So he's not gonna have a self-revive, and surely Doozy is not gonna help him out. He's on the other team, so he could be going for a Warzone victory, but surely Destrack will be down. But we have to see the final kill totals, but he jumps with like a shotgun out or something. But either way, third place for this team, you take it, and we're gonna see the final numbers to see how this game turned out.
Yeah, and I don't think that's exactly how they were really hoping that would go because of just how unfortunate it was. You know, he jumped out expecting those players to be a lot closer to him. As you saw, you know, he was there with the shotgun ready. Unfortunate, they're just 30, 40 meters away. You can't really do anything about that. So a little too long on the swap, got dropped. Second place, third place finish for their squad, but either way, a great showing there from Team Distract.
Just a reminder, this is the semifinals. It's Fry or Die versus Destrack that we were just watching. We Might Pop Off versus Foreign Lakes. This is a best of 3, and I think we were just finishing up game 1. We'll be going into game 2. We're kind of tallying up those final scores, but this is turning out to be a really cool semifinals, and we were talking, you know, waiting for this tournament to get to this point. We were like, man, we don't recognize, you know, a bunch of these players, and it's no shade to these people, but it's just the fact that a lot of the top players and top teams from the last qualifier did not make it to this point. So we're being able to highlight new talent for each of these qualifiers, and if you guys want to sign up, you don't have to be that great at Warzone to compete in this. It's free. Go to battlefight.com/elite-gamer to sign up for you and your friend, and you guys can maybe walk away with a cute little scuff care package.
Yeah, that'd be it'd be good, you know, for them to get that little upgrade because you never know, especially in the opening stages of the brackets. It's all best of ones. Maybe you have a good game, you start to beat out some of these other teams, you get 10, 15 kills, and well, now you're moving on to the next round, and you could find yourself at the end of it. And if you get to first, second place, you could find yourself making your way to the end of the month tournament worth $25,000. So you never know.
Well, I'm sure you guys are done your popcorn by now. That was a pretty exciting Warzone game. We got to third place, but will we be able to see a Warzone victory? And will we find out who goes to the grand finals of this Cox Elite Gamer Warzone tournament? Find out right after this break. Welcome back, everybody, to the Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament. It's Lemon Kiwi. It's the Caribou, the Canadian squad. At least you're called Caribou. I would assume you
I'm not
are,
even
but
Canadian, but it's just,
you know,
I'm a
why do you
fraud.
call it? You know,
yes, I don't know.
whatever. I'm sort of Canadian, even though I live in America. I'm also a fraud, but who's not lying to you are these teams. We're going to be jumping into Foreign Licks. You like that segue? Foreign Licks versus We Might Pop Off. This is game 3. Do or die. Foreign Licks took game 2, and We Might Pop Off took game 1.
If I had to do quick math, I think that makes this an even series. 1-1 apiece.
Yeah.
Game 3. Now this is the do or die. The fry or die, who unfortunately didn't make it to this point. But, of course, a little consistency going around towards the airport maintenance side of the map here. Obviously, maybe their comfort zone. Plus, we have the helicopter right here as well. Maybe get that extra little mobility. Already getting one down and the full kill confirmed. So, starting out not too bad. But going to have to pick up some more armor, pick up some more ammo, pick up some better weapons, because grays and greens not going to cut it for that long progressing forward. But obviously money the name of the game at this point. Getting out of the early game alive to be able to get your loadout here, but handful of players going to be in these hangars, see if they're going to be able to find them. You hear the call-outs, multiple teams here looking for their engagement, as you would expect in airport. Of course, there's multiple teams.
At least you found a kilo, so maybe Link is pretty happy with that. But with kind of how bad these attachments are, very how little you have any, the recoil can be really bad. So this is where it really separates the pros from the rookies of how you're able to control that. And having the kilo still out, Lick knows he's kind of peeking around this corner, and he has no idea where this guy ran. If he's going out the door, it would be really stupid of the other guy to just run out into the open. But they're deciding, well, they're not going to let them make the first move. Let's just collect our money, grab Big Bertha. I like to call him Big Booty Judy, whatever you want to call it. Just grab her and get out.
Yeah, they have the options. You know, one of the benefits of going here, especially around the fire station, you have those chances for mobility, plus picking up the Krakatoa. Everybody knows the Krakatoa and just what it can do. Turning the corners, 2 shots, you're down. You don't stand a chance whatsoever. And then the burn just continues at that point. So a good, very, very good early game pickup here. But now making the call out again. Still people on these bodies here to pick up the loot. It's going to mount up. With 100 bullets, he's just going to spray down the wall a little bit. Didn't break the armor, but able to get a little bit. Checking the top of these buildings again, as you can expect. There's always going to be players there. But he's now getting shot from the other side as well. It's a lot of damage. Not a full armor break here, but he's going to have to use his plates, and this is rough, not being able to get these eliminations. Now the chopper coming in, too.
Oh, God. Are they going to...
Oh, way
yeah,
up there.
I guess
Okay,
if you have an
they're fine.
LMG, you just hose that sucker down, and that's exactly what Jace is doing. He's lining it up, but he's also exposing himself. He's pinging himself on the map. There's still some squads nearby. He thought maybe he could sneak the elimination, but maybe even take the helicopter down, but wasn't successful with that. And the helicopter actually landed, maybe, so they have to be careful as to how many squads now know they're nearby. They've been camping, and Link is like, okay, they are coming. They might be pushing in, and you can see Jace, I think that's 4, and Jace has his back.
Yeah, this hangar, for whatever reason, that one hangar is just getting a lot of attention, and there's just so many people that are filtering through it. And I don't know if it's the same team or if it's the same 2 teams that are just getting shot, dying, and then just fly back to this one, or what the deal is, why that hangar is so particularly popular. But there's another one that's just there waiting, and that's another kill taken. There's another one inside of it. Why not? This is just an endless source of people inside this hangar. I don't know what is so special about it, but there's just so much activity around this one. There's 2 down already getting shot in the crossfire. There's 2 more coming in from the other side, so I don't know why that is just the place to be apparently at the airport, but that hangar bringing everyone in and unfortunately sending these 2 out to the gulag.
Yeah, one of each team just got sent to the gulag. Looks like Lick is actually... Oh, okay, he's in the gulag too. So we're pulling streams from different people, so there could be some delays, and there's no delay in killing this guy. He's even going to get some body shots in. And from Sloppy here, he kind of choked on that last gulag. He's definitely making up for it now. He's being redeployed. Everything is fine and Gucci, but let's see if Slick makes it out. He's got a revolver, so this is not ideal. He's got a claymore, so at least he's got his left side on watch.
Yeah, the dangerous thing about this is don't go next to that claymore, because someone with the rock is going to throw it at the claymore and blow it up. But he doesn't even have to. The player just sitting there in the middle waiting for a flag. 2-tap. Player had no idea. But the 7-2-5 here, this is going to be precarious, because pretty much first one of the triggers is going to get the advantage on this. You just got to see where the line of sight is going to be. Of course, looks like line of sight's left and right cleared at this point. Can't find him. Doesn't know where he is. wait for it. As he's sitting in spawn, he is going to be in the back corner, so he's just going to push straight forward. First one to the trigger, got the kill. And you come back to the real world, and there's a helicopter getting down, but there's a couple people inside the inside the storage unit waiting.
Yeah.
Unify just tried to like jump into a helicopter, and I'm surprised he didn't become sliced ham. And also wanted to point out that the guy in the gulag was called what, Tucked Glizzy. If anybody likes to make, I always like to look at the names, and I swear every single time we cast these tournaments, there's always some weirdo in the other gulag with them. But anyway, you dum. That's all that matters. Get some body shots in. We're cool. We're chilling. Link would love to have some more armor because, like I've said before, you just get like sneezed on and you're kind of dead. And now you're going into a helicopter where you could just get shot once and kind of die. So gotta be really careful if you're like.
Well, there's at least a few armor plates here.
some.
So now he's going to be able to stock up, get all those up, use those armor plates, plus a couple extras to pick up on the back side of it, but see where their movement's going to be here. Because, of course, they have the perfect thing that they would need to go from A to B when the helicopter. There's nothing faster, nothing better than that. So he's going to move, look out what their next comm's going to be. Checking the other team, see what they're doing, see where they might be moving over to.
Honestly.
But the call out is just to wait for the loadout. Of course, loadout's automatically dropping with 10 seconds to go before first zone, so should be relatively close to that. Now it's just a waiting game.
Yeah.
Took him a second to pick his buddy up, but he's also just fully exposed on the left side, so almost just took out that bird too. But at least now they're checking out what the enemy is doing, aka Sloppy Harry and Unify from We Might Pop Off. This is game 3, by the way, so the winner of this game gets to move on. So we had, I think we saw Four and Jason Lick at Split actually have a really good start. You know, they dropped in and got like, 5 kills, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for an just off the drop, that's really good. And, they expended their gulags to be able to get out of that situation. So, you trade those, you take those, but now you got to hope that nothing bad happens after this.
Yeah, and you hear the call out, there's people top apartment looking for, top of block, see if there's going to be anybody here, but hearing that, it hasn't been touched, they can just drop here, pick up the rest of the armor, ammo that they need for whatever they don't have, but it looks like they're pretty well loaded across the board, plus a couple small stacks of cash on this one, and staying relatively close to the other duo as well. They do have a key card if they get so brave as to use that and get into one of the vaults, but I like that going and staying towards this other duo because of exactly what he just said. Loadout's going to drop somewhere. There's only one loadout's going to drop, so they want it to pull towards them. But unfortunately, going to be a little bit further away from them and towards their other duo here. But there are two that are going to drop. So the objective here is to, it seems like, grab and go.
Yeah, they're in block, and I think I even heard him say, like, they want to go towards, west side. They want to go, west side. My brain likes to just think of songs like that, but, like, they want to go towards Graveyard possibly after this. And when you have, one of the best vehicles in the game, you can just go wherever you want. And I like the helicopter because you can also just get such a better angle on anyone who's on top of these roofs and, scoping out on top of apartments and stuff like that. Going to land on there if they see anybody, have a heartbeat sensor if they're even on another level. So they're going to, drop off Lick at a really good spot, and he's just going to do all this scouting. And, he's announcing that he's here. He hasn't taken any shots. No one's been that brave yet. So they might just park the sucker and, camp a little bit. Or if they want to, if they are behind in kills, they could also not just camp a little and try and catch up to that.
And see, the point was to that, they were looking to see where they were going to be going because of the fact that, the other duo is there. Other duo starts going west where they wanted to. So now they're just going to change up their strategy. But just unfortunate that looking for their next angle and what their approach could be. They've named almost the entire map from front to back. So we'll see where they do end up finishing off so we can take a check-in. Plus, as you mentioned, though, this is Game 3 of this series. There's a whole nother series going on the other side as well. So I'm curious to see where that is going to be going between that duo. But, with this one, obviously in Game 3, this is the do or die for both of them here. And this other team, they don't have the ability to just fly around wherever they want and make these call-outs and decide, we're going to go to this southwest corner of the map. No, never mind. Let's go northeast instead. And in half a second, they have the chance. But they're both down now. And I don't know if that's the fault of the helicopter or just a better player.
I don't know. I even in the last qualifier, I saw people literally get taken out by helicopters.
You gotta do your math.
They crash a
do your math.
helicopter into
crash,
other
yeah.
people. So I've seen the suicide strategy work. But until they 100% confirm that they are moving on, Unify and Soppy Harry will be waiting on that, and maybe just get a couple kills and maybe go for a Warzone victory just so you can flex to the stream a
There's
little
no
bit.
way.
Kill someone. That's fine.
What?
They get a jailbreak.
Go over there.
So they're just not, they're just back. It doesn't matter.
One kill.
Even though they died, they're just back. That is the RNGs just coming in and hooking them up.
Just be careful.
Okay. Wow.
Oh my god.
They're down but not
so,
out.
So lucky. Oh my god, but they're just okay, that's not them. Of course, you can't kill the
Right.
other duo, but there are some other people from this jailbreak parachuting down, and they have a UAV. This is the perfect time. Look at all these red dots, all these juicy
Oh, there's
kills.
so
I
many.
mean, Unify only has 4, but we're able to take down one enemy. Getting on top of this building is so smart. Either there's somebody up here or in a building close by, and at least he gets the kill confirmed, but someone
no.
is right below. He could getting another one, and his teammate is
Top super.
down, I believe, so they have to be so careful here.
Yeah, this is rough because the fact that, yes, there's all these players from the jailbreak that are dropping in now, but with all of them dropping in, they all have pistols, but they're going to be trying to pick up as many weapons as they can. He just spends half a second to stand up. Does have self-revive, thankfully. There is at least one more player that is below him inside this building here, but numbers obviously starting to go up, and his teammate did go down. On the other side, Foreign Lick still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
To wherever
came
they
back
did
from
end
that.
up going to, but
They're fucking scummy. These guys are scummy.
looking
as
to
fuck.
see what their next play is going to be because of the fact that now you are finding yourself under fire. There's a rifle that is just staring you down, so they're trying to get some shots traded back, but with the glitch, with the head that he's got, he can't get
someone's
it,
chasing him.
but he's going to be chased down and taken down actually on the other side. But that is a player, that player was sitting in that window for so long waiting for him, and just as soon as he dropped was the play. And that's going to be that. They just dropped down and got out. And that is a heartbreaker right there.
Bro, why is it gonna be like that? Why we gotta lose like that?
Yeah, that was game 3. So I'll wait for final confirmation on those kill tallies, but I'm thinking Foreign Licks were able to move on. So we'll be checking in with another team. So this is Des Track. Currently looking at Desmond. This is the guy with the king crown, so it's going to be easy to recognize.
Yeah, we'll see. Already one down in the gulag, but between these pair, they are going to be making their move here. And looks like their first rotation realistically, but they both have a loadout. And imagine that it's going to be his weapons that he is holding on to, second zone. If they didn't get loadout that they had purchased, it could be the one that had already dropped just from Warzone itself. But waiting to see where this player might be coming out. They saw at least somebody over here in these buildings, but now they're just waiting to flush them out.
Yeah, these guys are hanging around airport maintenance and keeping their eyes on both people rotating from International Airport and also people that could be coming from TV station. That's another hot spot. And see how this gulag works for Vroxen.
Ooh, long shot with the shotgun. The two-tap, though, that's the benefit of aiming down sights. You get that extra little bit of range, and that's just enough to get you those shots to connect. So he's going to be coming back now. That duo back at full force here as they continue to fight, moving their way over towards block as well. But still looking for the engagement as the other team that they were shooting at is just on the run. So at this point, it's waiting to see if they can get an advantage anywhere. Just sitting on the benefit that they have their loadouts, which, they're feeling pretty good about that. Looks like there was 11 kills to one side, 8 to the other, or some variation thereof. I'm not sure.
And for this Fry or Die versus Destrack, I believe this is game 2. So we'll see how this game turns out. And we're about halfway through, and these guys, I'm looking at Team Attract, Team Destrack, Desmond plus Attract over on block, really deep in the safe circle, so that you don't have that pressure of having to rotate or have the gas push you towards teams that are on roofs and, scoping you down. So they're still looking for people. They have the UAV online right now, and they're not getting really any good pings.
Yeah, only had about 1, maybe 2 dots that are showing up, and the only other dot they got to show up was because of the other squad. But it's like there's someone that is on the fringe of where their UAV range is, but they got a ways to go just trying to hunt these players down. And Deuce is going to get another down on the other side as well. So they're still racking up numbers on the other side, while this duo only seeing a couple players haven't really got anything. Just 3 downs on the other side and 1 full kill. So they just got 3 more to their total. Was this team, they've just been chasing, trying to find anybody, and this is all they've gotten. It's just a few tags, a few pop shots, but they haven't got that full follow-up to get an actual engagement and get any more kills added to their total.
Yeah, his heartbeat sensor showed somebody, I think, over in the northwest, and lots of scary buildings. It did just spot him out to the right side, but he got the first shot, and he didn't have any cover, so it's just going to be taking the L there. I mean, had the self-revive, but the guy's going to finish him off. So we'll see if Desmond can hold his own. This was a guy that dropped, what, like 17, 18 kills in the last game we saw him. So Desmond is one of these players I'm really watching for in this tournament.
Yeah, looking to see if he's going to be able to continue to have that level of success. I mean, 7 to this point, his teammate down again. He's got the money to buy him back. Just look for the buy station. You see the red flare in the distance. They just came from block where they were, so that red flare indicating that someone just got back over there as well. You see the Jeep in the corner making the rotation around, so cognizant. Someone's moving away from where he's going, which is at least somewhat of a reassurance, but that red flare still in the sky means somebody is still here. Now he's got to see if he's going to get the jump on them or if he's going to be the one falling victim to this trap, or if he's just going to be able to get in and get out.
I see him on the quad.
In and out.
Oh my god, this is such a scary area, but he just caught someone grabbing like a four-wheeler and just not even stopping, not even thought, I guess he could get away, and will confirm that kill, but he's taking more shots. He has no idea where, but thankfully he had a building right nearby, so if I'm Desmond, I just get on, I just leave, because you don't know how many people are left in the squad. It is pretty late game, so you're at least not expecting a full squad of 4, but you are just going to get to a better ground and hope that your teammate who is now dropped is going to be sort of nearby to go for a trade if you do go down. But this is just not the greatest of spots for Desmond to be in by himself.
I like this ego chow, though. Make exactly this up and around. You know, make sure that you don't kick the door open so they don't know exactly where you're coming from. Listen for the footsteps, because where he got shot from originally was the top of that building. Atracto coming back. He's going to get one. Top of gas station. Look for the second one. He's going to get the second down as well. Losing only his armor and barely a sliver of his health, so he is fine where he's at. But you know, Desmond got all the way up to the top of this building and is just looking for the footsteps, listening for them. And it sounded like, I would imagine off of this movement, that he has heard somebody and is just waiting for them around the corner in the staircase. There they are. He's going to pick them up, and that's going to be an easy one for Desmond.
Yeah, he must have either heard him or had his teammate, you know, because that staircase is exposed. Just, hey, someone's coming up, and maybe you kind of judge the level that they're on. He's able to parachute in. And you never, as someone who is just trying to enter inside of a building, you never expect someone to be walking down the steps ready to meet you.
Right.
You maybe expect a C4 in your face, maybe you expect a shotgun, but you don't expect someone to just fly down and parachute in your face. So really good heads-up play from Desmond to just really take control of the situation. And he's looking to take control more of these areas. He just got another team wipe. He's on his 10th kill, and a track is looking for more. He's got one down. He can't confirm the kill yet.
Oh no!
He is a little bit low and got too greedy. He should have armored up first, and he does not have a gulag left, so it's up to Desmond to redeploy him.
Well, conveniently for Desmond, he has not left block, and there's still the buy station here, so he's going to be able to buy him right back. Plus, with the comms coming out, you know, on the other side of the track, was able to get 1, maybe 2 downs, got flanked on the side, so now Desmond knows, okay, there's people making this rotation, so he's going to be able to know exactly where they're coming from. He's going to tag the armor on them, has zone on them, so he can just hold this angle, has a cover as well. Unfortunately, on the other side, though, the other duo is now here to try to pick up some of this. He's laying on the ground. He got caught armoring up and couldn't do anything about it. Thankfully, he has self-revive here and is going to be able to pick himself back up. The teammate on the other side, though, looks like on the cover, on the corner. Yeah, just inside the gas at this point, so a very healthy positioning. Doozy still down here. He did get picked up now. So this is just Roxon left alone. All 4 of them staring each other down at this point. It's waiting to see who's going to take the first shot.
Roxon was not able to get revived, and they're just sitting on the edge of gas. They're waiting for people to just push out of it, and in the next 20 seconds they're gonna have to move, and the pressure is gonna be on their shoulders, and they're kind of stealing each other's kills. Remember, the two duos are against each other, and this is, you get the protection of playing against the other duo. You can benefit from their intel, but you can also benefit from stealing their kills and maybe even stealing their loot if they're too far away from picking them up. So they have a gas mask. There is a vehicle, and I'm thinking it's a track that is driving it right now. And you can offer a little bit of an Uber service to the other team. Don't recommend it, but you sometimes see that sportsmanship from people these days.
Yeah, with the zone moving as well, they're going to have to cover some ground here. But as you see, Roxon down, as you mentioned, was not able to get picked back up. So now at this point, this squad is just going to have to move here. And Doozy's the one that is driving the truck, so it's left to Attract and Desmond here that are going to be on foot for this one. There's the most wanted contract. Looks like probably flying around in the air, or is going to be actually on top of the roof. So this is good for them. The fact that they're just probably going to try to end up pushing this one. And on the other side, though, as I mentioned, not the only game that's going on right now. We might pop off. We're getting confirmation did win the other one, so they will be moving forward in this. So congratulations to them, as they will be in a position to get themselves in the grand finals.
Grand finals, a chance at the Scuff Gaming care package, and also that means they qualified for the Celebrity Pro-Am $25,000 championship at the end, and we're waiting to see who will be joining them there. And Desmond is in a lot of heat. He's half HP, but he got the down, so that's all that matters. He got the money. He's got the armor to spare. Gas mask, armor satchel. He's chilling, and they're super close to the safe circle, gas closing in. They might want to get a move on, but Attract, it's really important that he takes out the squad down below, or else they're just maybe going to camp him out, and the gas is eventually going to push out a track from this position. Yeah,
they're sitting on this building, so they at least have a little bit of the high ground, able to look down on where anyone else is, trying to see if anyone's going to be making their moves in as well. But both of them very healthy, of course, now getting shot. The benefit of these tracers here is that you can see exactly where those shots are coming from. So that is at least a little bit to help advantage on their side, and realizing that, hey, we now need to go the other way because we don't really want to do that. We're not going to take that engagement, so make his way into the next building. On the other side, Attract going to get one. Doozy's going to get one as well, but Doozy is down right now. So Roxon and Doozy both down and out. 15 grand between Desmond and Attract here, and I'm not sure what their totals are going to be, but it looks like, 24 for them plus to the 17 on the other side. Distract looking to make their way on to the finals as well. And, I mean, the consistency from these two right here are something definitely to watch for in the finals.
Yeah, Destrack are looking like the scariest duo in this tournament. I mean, we just saw them on broadcast for our top 8, and, Desmond just casually drops like 18 kills, and I think even Attract got double digits too, so, just running up the stairs behind this guy, he was like, who? I mean, this guy was just trying to loot and go on about his merry day, and now he's stealing a cluster strike and an armor satchel from him. He's got a pretty broken up gas mask, so maybe he'll find a better one, but now he's in a great position to be looking down such an open area, and of course near the gas perimeter, so he can catch people rotating out, so he can get even more kills from this, and there's less than 10 people in this lobby. We could see our first Warzone victory. Yeah, looking for it, and I like the fact that, on the other side, the duo, they stay in the game. They're just kind of waiting this one out just to watch it. But with 8 players, 3 other squads here, so at least a couple of players that are missing from this. He's going to be able to get a loadout as well, but calling in the airstrike so that they can kind of push anyone away. But a lot of buildings here. There's a lot of cover for these players to be in. There's going to be one in the fire station. That's going to be the first down. Claymore on the other side is going to get something, but unfortunately on the other way, he's going to get taken out. So 17 elims for himself. Now looking for the push here. As on the other side, Attract was picking up his loadout. So was not able to support his teammate right there, but 8 players left alive now. 1 on 7, still 3 squads left alive. Think Attract's going to be able to do it? I don't know. The vote of confidence, I mean, we just saw we might pop off, and at this point, you got to call them. We will pop off, and Destract is another scary tournament. Or, sorry, scary duo in this tournament. This is a scary tournament, too, if you think about it. And I just love discovering new talent with tournaments like these. And if you guys don't know who these people are, it's fine. But we're pulling their streams. So if you guys are interested, you want to hear their comms, or you want to just find some more Warzone streamer content, you guys can, all I usually do is go into Google, type their name, and put Twitch. And, if they have a weird Twitch name, it'll pop up there. You guys definitely should drop them a follow, a sub, if they are partnered, because these guys work really hard to make their names known in the Warzone scene. And with tournaments and qualifiers like this, it's really cool to be able to highlight upcoming talent like this. Yeah, you're able to see a lot of these content creators and these professional Warzone players really come into the light and just capitalize on the opportunities that they have, just to be able to, because of what 2020 has given us, sit around and play Warzone all day and get really, really good at it. And now there's no way that you can become one of the top earning players from Warzone like Huskers, like Aiden, if you don't sit down and put the time into it. And then it all starts with the support of everyone else coming to help them out. But looking for Attract here to get his victory for his team right now.
with 4 other players left alive. He has eyes on for Rooftop. Is going to get the first down. Looking for the full. Is going to get it now. So 3 on players. Looks like a 1-on-1 on 2 in this situation with 3 total squads left alive. And this is about as good of a situation you can get because you know that there's going to be one over here in that building where you just saw that other player, took a few shots at him. So now you just have to sit here and wait and try to hold the angle on this one. Looks like he's trying to get on top of that wall, actually, so that he can get on top of this house. Does get on top of the house now, so he has this angle here. If he wants it, he can try to make that jump, parkour into the window. He does. It's a pretty good move right there. And the player's going to be inside, so he's going to get it down now. He's going to get 1, make it 2. Both of them down here. There's a self-revive, so that's going to be an easy one and done. Now a 1-on-1 for the victory coming up for Attract. He just has to find him.
You know he's feeling himself when he's doing 360s and stuff. He's like, all right, montage editor, get ready. Because not only did I drop double digits in the tournament, but I'm going for the Warzone victory. He's looking for his 18th kill. And now, you know, he already scoped out the 2 buildings, the 2 best spots you could be before the circle happened. So you got to know that the last person has to be on top of this hill. And he spots him. He gets the first shot. He cracks the armor, pulls out the grenade, and it gets a little too far, but he gets the wipe. And the Warzone victory Attract from Team Destract will be putting his team in the grand finals against We Will Pop Off.
And that's what a showing for them. 33 kills to the 17 on the other side. You know, a good matchup right there. I mean, putting in 17 kills in a duo, in a quad setup is impressive in and of itself. But then coming out with 33 from Distract, that's a statement victory.
So let's take a look at the bracket of how this top 8 has shaped up. We have We Might Pop Off versus Destract in our grand finals, but you can see, you know, everybody that they've taken out thus far. We were even talking about before this top 8 happened, you know, a few teams that we thought were going to make it all the way. You know, you were talking about Gavriz, we were talking about Team Circle, Verdansk Vipers, and, you know, it's not every qualifier where you get the same luck every time.
Yeah, and that was actually, you know, I give the shout out there to Gav and Reese because I was looking forward to being able to cast them. You know, Unrational, one of the players that's one of those up and coming. You know, he's played with TP, with Huskers. You know, with these big name Warzone creators and players that are really good at this game. And Unrational just as good as them, but their team unfortunately lost to We Might Pop Off, and now it looks that much better because We Might Pop Off is here in the finals. So, in the same sense we were talking about earlier, even if, you know, you don't have the full confidence that maybe you can't compete against these really, really good players, any given day you could pop off in Warzone. And because of the fact this is open qualifiers, maybe your team's the next team to show up.
Well, speaking of qualifiers, that means Destract and We Will Pop Off have qualified themselves for the final Celebrity Pro-Am Championship that is taking place at the end of the month. But we also have to settle the score. Who is the best team? It's the grand finals of the Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament coming up after this break. Welcome back, everybody, to the grand finals of our Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament, brought to you by Cox, Florida Mutineers, and produced by GCN. It's Caribou carrying me through the cast as we go and jump into We Are Popping Off versus Destrack.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this grand final. It's been a long road to get here, of course, but, all of this couldn't be, any better than what it is because of the fact that we have such wonderful support from both the Elite Gamer Network, Cox, and then the Florida Mutineers coming in to give us a home to put this on. So shout out to all of them, and what a great tournament we've had to this point.
And let's also, while we're waiting for the players to drop and get settled, we want to talk to you about, well, Cox is sponsoring this, and it's because of their new awesome Elite Gamer software. So what this is, it's a special software that makes your connection faster. It finds a faster route between your PC and the server or the game that you're connecting to, so it reduces the amount of lag, spikes, and jitters that you might get. So if you're already a Cox customer, just go to cox.com/gamer to find out if you're able to download this software. And if you're not a Cox customer, well, you should switch because they're pretty awesome. But here's what the software looks like. There's 3 tabs. There's a news feed, the games that are compatible, and then the live updated dashboard. So you saw the news feed just then where you get to filter it based on the specific game you like. And here it shows you all the compatible games, which is literally any multiplayer you can think of, from Roblox to Valorant to Fortnite to, of course, Call of Duty. This game will help you make your games that much better.
Yeah, we are all inclusive of all gamers, top to bottom. Doesn't matter if, PC, console, mobile, whatever it may be. Minecraft even. It's so important to have that sort of good connection, especially on those Minecraft parkour servers. You got to have those crouch jumps on point. As you see now in the 3rd tab, this is the visualization for everything that this software can do for you. You're getting all of the eliminated lag that you are no longer seeing, which is the good thing. The ping that you don't have to deal with anymore. You get all of the information about what it used to be versus what it is now. You get the graphs to show how much of an improvement you have with this software that's running about a third faster than what you were on previously. There's 4 minutes of ping time save, and we know how important it is, regardless of what title you're playing, is that ping difference can make, and you can see it in real time as to what is happening with your game and how much better it is connecting to the servers. And that's just an incredible software, an incredible format to be able to look at exactly what everything's happening. But, of course, all of this, the assistance that they're giving us to put this tournament on, as we are in the grand finals, another best of 3, as you said, Team Destract, and we might pop off. And if they win this tournament, I think they've earned the title that they will pop off.
Oh, they have popped up, I guess, in the past tense, but hey, look at where they dropped. They went Superstore, and what a huge risk this is, because everyone wants to drop here. Everyone wants that Christmas Day prize of maybe potentially just finding, I don't know, like $1 million on the ground, and not getting that luck so far, but still getting a huge chunk of money. You got a couple kills already on the drop, which is already giving you a little bit of a jump, but remember, it's really not how far you get in this game, it's how many kills you get. Right. So you could start out with $1 million, but if you die, the other team now has a chance to catch up. And unfortunately, Sloppy Harry is the first to fall for We Might Pop Off.
Yeah, it
or
looks
maybe
like
he could be back.
Yeah, they went over towards the other side. You did get picked up there, so the revive is coming through, but this duo, as you said, dropping super is pretty risky. And this poor guy, he has a pistol in the corner. He just really couldn't do anything to answer that back. That's unfortunate. Plus, with a gold box right there, right next to you in the gas station, that's just a heartbreaker. Looking to see if he can get any shots coming out from players redeploying. That's a lot of damage down, but he's going to just turn the corner. And careful, there's a back window to that one as well. Plus the call out, because he was shooting the player that dropped back in. Tell his teammate, hey, by the way, there's a guy going in this building. You want to take care of that? I'll take care of gas station. And there you go. It's a +1 on both sides. And then you see the loadout getting called in from the parking garage. So might be your next target and or next area to avoid if you don't have your loadout yet.
And just a reminder, the 2 duos here, we got Team Destrack, which is Desmond and Attract, and We Might Pop Off is Sloppy Harry and Unify. So it's 2 duos in 1 quad game. They are against each other. The most amount of kills will give them that game 1 victory. This is a best of 3 for this final. And of course, a Scuff Gaming package is on the line. And both these teams are qualified for our final Celebrity Pro-Am Championship at the end of the month. But if you're thinking, hey, these guys suck, I could totally beat Desmond. Well, why don't you go and sign up on battlefy.com/elite-gamer for you to sign up for free with your friends so you can compete in a tournament like this.
Yeah, being able to put these open qualifiers on, opening it up to anybody and everybody that wants to compete to have their opportunity to get to the grand finals, to get those extra little peripherals, and then playing for the extra $25,000 at the end of the rainbow at the end of the month for the grand tournament invitation that these teams are qualifying for. But, now going back into Superstore, they have to pick up the rest of the cash. Now going to the gulag here is, unfortunately, a few of them getting sent a little early. Unify is looking to see if he's going to get one. Does get the snapshot. One shot to connect. That's about it. Turn the corner. See where he's gone. Turn the corner again. Doesn't even need to aim down sights. 3 more shots too. And that is going to send him back into Verdansk. And see what angle he's going to be taking. On the other side, though, finding themselves a couple of teams here. A couple downs already. And this is just a really good start here, right where Desmond left off from their last semifinals.
And Sloppy Harry's also in the gulag, so it's really up to Unify now that he's out of the gulag to kind of hold his ground and, stay alive. Cross your fingers. And see Desmond is just picking people off as they're summoned back from the gulag. But I was really giving the edge to Team Deathtrack coming into the grand finals. They're a team that just easily dropped double digits. And I mean double digits, like at least 15 kills each.
Yeah.
And Desmond just, not only is he such a good mechanical player, but he's so smart at being able to flank around these players and get kills and get into gunfights where the other guy isn't even shooting back. He doesn't even know Desmond is there. He blink and he's dead. That's how people like Desmond and Attract sneak up on you. They have the heartbeat sensor and they're able to just play around this intel so well.
Yeah, looking to see where this player's gone. He did get one. Looked like it would have been in the garage. On the other side, Desmond just doing work by himself as they've split up one by one here. You saw Attract in the bank, looking to be able to clean up the rest of that as he had a whole stack of loot in front of him, and he was sitting very pretty with what he had. On the other side, looking around airport, top green, top teal, where these players are going to be going. Just light up the helicopter. It's about sending a message, and as you mentioned it there, this is the open qualifier. There's the link there, but just light up the chopper. You might as well wait for it to get disabled and look for the players that are dropping down. There's a couple parachutes that were up there as well. He did get tagged for a good amount, so he has to rotate back around. He doesn't have any armor either, so that's not great. Desmond is going to go down, and he's dead too. That's not what you want.
I mean, you hit those shots, but you also announced to, I don't know, the entire planet where you are. And if you don't have the extra armor, like that's how Desmond went down. He just couldn't get into a safe position, didn't get the time to armor up, whatever it could be. And sometimes just being as hidden as possible is the play, and then you react to the intel that you gather as people expose their positions. But for a team like Desmond and Attract, who have just been so aggressive, they don't really care about taking a vehicle and driving by. And someone like Attract doesn't care about running up to you, running up in a building. He doesn't care if there's a C4, Claymore, whatever this could be. I mean, they're already at double digits, 12 kills for Attract. Surely Team Deathtrack are ahead in this game 1 of the grand finals.
Yeah, and this is just very brave for this player that just picked up this most wanted contract, because now you got 3 players that are gunning for you. Thought that he might stop there at the buy station, but went into the building, so now it's a race against time. One of those 3 is trying to pick that one up, but on the other side, this is the make or break. Desmond in the gulag here, 7 kills, first shot. Not going to be able to get a lot of those, but he is just going to be able to clean this one up. And that is an interesting turn that he went from one side to the other. The rocks distracting him a little bit there, but was able to get that one, is going to be coming back, and is going to be here to help his teammate out. Looks like they did pick up that most wanted contract. Whoever he was, unfortunately, put himself in the targets of 3 players that just W-keyed him. But on the other side, Attract has a lot of money. He's going to drop some of the love there for his teammate. Say, buy yourself something nice.
Yeah, it does Attract spreading the allowance to Desmond, who I guess is going to get in his backpack this turn. But Desmond was so surprised because he literally just dumped like 20 shots into with the pistol, and the guy was 0 HP like at the top of the screen, so he had thought he won. And we've seen a few mistakes of players in this tournament where they think they get the kill and they start to look away, they open their map or whatever, they start shooting bodies and they don't actually confirm the kill, and then the other person ends up killing them, and that's when you see people like Sloppy Harry got really upset because that happened to him in his first gulag. So it's really funny to watch, but it is game 1. You have some time. You can take the risk of just dropping and getting blown up. Whatever you throw game 1, you still have game 2 and game 3 that you can make a reverse sweep on. But see, Attract spots a vehicle, does break the armor, and gets at least 1 down and the team wipe. So, but unfortunately, I think somebody is down and needs to be redeployed. But at least he's got a buy station nearby, so if he it's not going to be for Desmond, but the other team of We Might Pop Off are going to need this. But dropping right down in the loving arms of Attract, he's going to give him the business.
You talk about sending a message. That's it right there. And then you just listen to the footsteps. He saw the team that was looking to just ego challenge him. He just jumped out of the window. He just knew he was there, and that was just a great play. Now looking in the corner, he saw him go into the corner as well, and that is now an ego challenge on the other side where Attract is trying to do it all. He does have self-revive as well. Now the teammates here to try to give him some support. A little damage there on the other side, but he's got to crouch behind the wall. Let his teammate get his self-revive off. He does do so. And now get the distraction because this is a 2-on-1 advantage here between these two. And all of this starting when Unifies went down because as soon as they saw that notification that Unifies is down, Attractor starts W key forward. Desmond with the follow-up here. Now they're just going to try to push themselves upstairs. Get these shots off. Grenade's going to push him back down, though. And a few pop shots here. And this engagement, I mean, there's only one man upstairs. All they got to do is get there. That C4 didn't quite get it. It looks like he jumped out the window and make the loop around, and they're going to get it. They're going to tag team that one up. So that's 3. Not a team wipe, though. The 4th one did drop down, though. Still not a team wipe. So this is 2 different teams that they're fighting.
And Attract went down, but he's actually in a revivable position. So Desmond really clutched up, and we did just hear from our production that it's 20, I mean, probably 25 plus now, but 25-7. Like that 4-team Destrack, they are just that far ahead. But because of how these big risks and big rewards that were happening, I guess the other team just quit out. I don't know. So I guess game 1 just went to Destrack. But holy cow, what a difference there was in game 1 when it came to kills. Destrack are looking so scary.
Oh, yeah, they were just absolutely in control for that one. And, you know, we saw the same thing from them in the semifinals where they were just absolutely popping off. They just did not have anything. They weren't holding anything back. And they were just playing smart, making good engagements, being safe, and understanding what they were getting themselves into and realizing, okay, maybe we're going to be outnumbered in every single engagement we take, so let's play this to our advantage. Let's play the angles that we know, and let's just be in positions where we always are going to come out on top, which regardless if you're playing 2-on-4, 2-on-2, or whatever the situation may be, you should do that anyways. So you take notes if you're looking to become a better Warzone player from these guys because they're doing everything right, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
But I'm also wondering how tilted We Might Pop Off are because we don't often see the other team quit out of the lobby before the Warzone victory is there because a lot of teams like to finish out their games. They like to pad their stats, they like to flex for the stream, and they like to just stay warmed up. And also the longer you play while the other team is waiting, the colder they get. But that also means Destrack are on Series 4 in our grand finals of our Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament. So after this break, we'll find out, can they make it a 2-0 or will we see We Might Pop Off come back? Welcome back, everybody. Game 2 of our Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament. It's Caribou, it's the Lemon, and we're going to be dropping with a couple of lemons. Just kidding. We hope that they pop off. We will pop off, and we're going to be dropping in with them to see if they're able to make a comeback in Game 2.
Yeah, game number 1, Destrack just doing what we saw them do for the entire semifinals, just absolutely popping off. And now we'll see if their opponent's going to be able to answer back. Because it is their namesake, you know, they have to do that. That's just the rules. I don't make them, I just follow them. Well, I pretend to follow them, but that's neither here nor there. But again, dropping in around airport maintenance, looking to see if this is going to be the play for them. This is going to be the answer that they need. On the other side, you can see about 300 meters to the 300 miles. Good Lord. 300 meters.
That's a long time.
Yeah, this is not freedom units. This is metric units. To the south, but already find themselves under fire. This is not the greatest place to be in because the armor stacks are not very big yet.
Yeah, as Sloppy Harry's trying to figure out which skin is the cutest, I personally prefer the pink one. He took some armor shots, and then meanwhile, you already have someone taking a trip down to the Gulag, and that's Unify. And that's just not how they wanted to start off this game, too. Especially this is a fresh lobby, and having to use your Gulag this early, you know, if you get out or not, you know, you cross your fingers that you hope they get out. Now you have to completely change your play style. You know, you can't be taking those risks when you don't have a Gulag anymore.
Yeah, so that's just unfortunate for them. On the other side, you see Attract in a firefight. You know, those two pretty much glued to each other as they're making their move. And that's just great timing for a peek. Fortunate the other player didn't start shooting first because he was caught armoring, but was able to get that kill right there. So that's at least one for himself. Unifies in the Gulag here with the standard pistol. So a lot of experience around this because a lot of players know how to play this one. The other player, though, is just clueless as to where anyone is in the Gulag. You only need one more after that, and that's going to be Unify's third now in this lobby. But as you said, very early usage of the Gulag, just not ideal for the setup when you already find yourselves down 1-0 in a best of 3.
Well, at least the silver lining is he, you know, found someone who was completely blind in the Gulag, and it was just the easiest kill of his life to just walk up. I mean, this guy just sat on flag without really it being the time to sit on flag. So thankfully, Unify is back in action, and that's all we care about. And, you know, hopefully he was able to get his guns back. He might be a little bit behind, but Sloppy Harry able to find someone below the plane. It's an easy down, and this will get them a little bit ahead. And this is where the difference of Game 1 happened, where Destrack, they got that much farther ahead in Game 1. They got 5 kills. I think it was Superstore or something like that. And then they just took that momentum and left with it. Like, it ended up like 20 plus kills to like single digits for we might pop off. So you're hoping that we might pop off, just get more aggressive with it. But you're seeing that, you know, as they got more aggressive, they already had to take a trip to the Gulag.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. I mean, they did see a couple players on top of this building, so making this push here, you see doors all open. They know where they're going to go. Hear the call-outs, I go right, you go left. But at this point, no one on top of this because they migrated to the other side. A lot of bullets going down, but no down coming out from that. So now they're going to be pushing to the next building. Same principle, but he's going to be getting lit up from the backside as well at the plane. And now they have to make an awareness of the fact that there's players potentially still on this rooftop in this building. Or they're going to be, you know, making their rotation back. There's going to be a box right there that's not belonging to them. But you hear the door open, looking, and I imagine they're hearing footsteps below them. But it looks like the team they were shooting at just left.
I don't know. I didn't get the kill. So
And Sloppy here could just tack on that third armor because it's really bothering me that he's not plated up right now. Now that he's found some extra armor, surely he's going to do that. It was a little bit scary. He took his time. He wanted to get in the safest position before he just put himself in that vulnerable position. But that's really the beauty of having your duo there. But unfortunately, Unify is down, and he is in a revivable position. You see Sloppy Harry's going to be backing him up. This is a pretty big risk, but I guess calling out that they are in this building ahead of them, so they're able to get that revive. He does it because Unify just used his Gulag, so he would be fully out and need to be redeployed. Sloppy Harry has the money to do so, but they're just in a really bad position. If they rotate out of this plane, it's just a big open area, and they have no idea where these other squads are.
Yeah, and this is the point where we saw earlier on tonight. At this point, you're in a position where you're getting shot at from one side and the other, and then you have to make a move here. You're getting shot from the hangars. You have to at least challenge them to kind of convince them to just go back inside. Please stop shooting at me. I'm trying to survive here, and make his move out of this situation. But as he just continues to get lit up, you heard the player enter the building, so he's going to at least move forward, get +1. But Unify's, in all of this chaos, did get taken out again. but he's got 4 more plates, just waiting for the opportunity to be able to use any of this before someone is trying to sneak up the stairs here. On the other side, Distract does have a lot, but the shotgun's coming in. He couldn't do it. He got the armor break, but he didn't get anything else like that. So that's going to be Sloppy Harry down. Unfortunate that shot almost coming through. He's got the gulag at least, but on the other side, Attract and Desmond, they got their loadout drop, and we're sitting pretty well on the other side. Desmond just picking up a whole stack of cash, so even if he loses Attract, he's going to be able to buy him back. But this is the do or die here for Sloppy Harry in the gulag.
And Attract also just uses Gulag. He got out really quick, but then redeployed and just died instantly. So Desmond hasn't used his Gulag. Thankfully, Sloppy Harry will clutch up and be back in the game. He's already trying to figure out this plan. He wants to be as close as he can to a buy station, but let's see where his money's at. Oh, he just does not have good money right now either, but he is dropping on a loadout, so he can at least have something to work with. But man, it's going to be a long road to be able to redeploy his teammate Unify. I think they were up by a couple kills, so they're not really under that much pressure, but it's really not about kills at this point. It's about who can live the longest.
Ooh, and at this other side, Desmond got taken down. Does have self-revive that is currently being used. Was not able to get it off, so Desmond now going to the gulag as well. Attract is back, did get bought back here, so now looking to see where Sloppy Harry's going to be moving to. Going all the way across. Is not going to be following to that loadout drop. He's going to take the path here. And this is one of those things that a lot of players don't realize. You know, you see he's pushing forward on this one to move, so his speed going down is about 10.4. If you want to cover more ground, just go sideways. Use your left and right or A and D, whatever you want to do, because you actually travel the same rate on an x-axis, but you go down slower on the y-axis. So you actually can cover more ground across that. That's your y equals mx plus b. You thought you would never use the slope intercept formula in real life. There's your instance right there.
Desmond has to clutch up. He gets the other guy at least half, but he's half himself. Needs to really... Oh, he stuns himself a little bit.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
that got a little bit sketchy. This guy didn't realize it, so he didn't push him. But Desmond could have died there. He's regenerated right back. He's on top of the flag. This guy has to push him, but the other guy is full HP. Now half gets the final shot, and Desmond keeping his crown. Will be back in the game to see if he can clutch up for Team Destrack.
Yeah, plus he had already bought a track back, so the fact that his teammate's still alive and kicking
good.
and is doing all right here. See where the play's going to go, but you see Harry and Attract both relatively in the same area. Imagine Desmond's going to be coming down on top of him as well. Harry's starting to build up. Does have enough money to buy his teammate back. Just waiting for that redeploy, so he's just building up stacks on stacks, just waiting to find the buy station. Obviously, there would be one right here, but didn't spawn this round, plus the loadout coming in. So see if he's going to opt to go loadout first and then to buy his teammate back, or if he's going to go for the teammate. As you see, as soon as that loadout comes in, Desmond's arrow goes flying across the screen to go pick it up and is going to get that advantage for himself at least. But on the other side, Attract, as we mentioned, still alive here. And this team, just the fact that both of them are alive is a good sign for that duo.
Yeah, really good. And Sloppy Hair at least has the money. You can see he's traveling towards that buy station. And from what I remember, Sloppy Harry and Unifies were up in a couple kills, but just because Desmond and Attract didn't have to waste as much time, you know, having to redeploy each other, they might have been able to close that gap a little bit. And this is game 2, series point, grand finals for Team Destrack. So there's just so much weight on the shoulders of someone like Sloppy Harry, who does not have a gulag. There is no second chance, and Unifies is being redeployed, so he's just really clearing out this area. Or now he's being redeployed, but he's going to be dropping in hopefully a nearby area. They have a vehicle if they need to just cover more ground and catch up, and hopefully he's able to find a loadout and just, you know, everything he needs to be able to succeed.
Yeah, and he hit the buy station, and someone else came up and jacked his car. So now he's kind of completely surrounded by this team. There's a guy in this building. He's going to get the down on the guy that got in the car for whatever reason. And just looked like he tried to roadkill him, but couldn't succeed on that. But at this point now mounting up in the window. And as soon as he rolled up to this, he heard the call out, I'm going to get you and I'm going to leave. So then he gets 1 down, 1 kill, plus a solo player on the run for the team wipe there. So now sitting in a little bit better position, plus gets to the MP7. Let's see what he's going to do from this position, because he's yet to do what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to buy his teammate and leave, and, well, he's still here.
At least Sloppy Harry is really stepping up for the team. Like, he's gotten a bunch of kills. He was able to hold his own while Unifies was in Gulag, and being able to be redeployed, and it came really close to one point, right? Both teams had solos left, and then, people were in gulags, and thankfully, I mean, there's a high success rate when it comes to gulags, and you're seeing Unify's just in a great position on top of this building. His teammate is nearby. He's the orange. Actually, he's not nearby. His teammate is the orange-yellow icon, so not so nearby. So that just means, if he doesn't have a self-revive, so if he gets caught in a bad position, he will just be down and maybe not in a revivable position. So they're maybe deciding that they need to cover more ground to get that much farther ahead in kills. And that's a big risk that they're taking, and they know they have to do that for a game 2 where they're down on.
Yeah, and this is exactly like that. It is the risk and reward type. So you have to be able to do this. He does see a player in there, but he's getting shot at from 2 different directions. That's the worst part about the courtyard right there, is that there's 4 entrances to it. You have to check the corners, and unfortunately just does not do so. So he got shot from 2 different directions, left the left flank exposed, and does go down. So now it's back again to just Sloppy Harry to see if he can get his teammate back. $400 shy of that mark, but Attract and Desmond still kicking on the other side. 52 players left alive, including this trio that is now remaining in this squad. But he's asking for the buy stations. He's got to find at least 1 stack of cash somewhere in the world to help that out. But obvious frustration coming through from this squad right now. Just not quite getting these engagements, not quite getting the fights that they want.
And it's just really also good patience from Sloppy Harry. He broke the armor of a couple people that were nearby and decided that, it's mid-game. You could still have some squads of 4, and he really didn't know how many people he were facing. He broke the armor of 2, and instead of taking that risk, he's full armor. He could have, but he decided that it's more important for him to find the couple $100 and put himself in a better position to have Unify's back. And he didn't get that look of, in this building, didn't find the money he was looking for. And he's taken quite a long journey to find, this couple $100. And maybe there were more buildings he could have checked out in that area, but decides to go to this buy station. And this is a big open area. Let's say he finds a couple $100 in the fire station or wherever in this airport area. The buy station's just in this big open area, so he could go down.
This is also just precarious in the sense that there's been a lot of players already through this area, and he gets one tap. All of his armor is just gone immediately, and after that, it's just a spray and pray on the Jeep, so they go down. And that's just a heartbreaker right there, just trying to find something again, but just couldn't get the position, couldn't get the location. All he needed was 1 stack of cash, and just going back and backtracking to where you've already been, where you guarantee players have already rotated through. Fingers crossed somebody missed 1 stack, and that was going to be enough to get your teammate back. Unfortunately, 1 shot, that's all it took, and down he goes.
1 shot, 1 opportunity. We might pop off blue. That means Team Deathstracks of Desmond and Attract will be taking game 2. You can see by, the other team leaving. They know what's coming. Game 2 in the hands of Team Deathstracks. That makes them your Cox Elite Gamer Warzone Tournament Champions for qualifier number 2. But hey, so don't be getting a scuff care package. That's amazing. But both these teams will be qualified for the final Pro-Am Celebrity Tournament for $25,000 at the end of the month. And that's where maybe we might see a team like We Might Pop Off really get their revenge for not being able to pop off as they wished in the final.
Yeah, just a good effort, from front to back in the sense that they made it to the grand finals. They got themselves qualified for that tournament. And then you bring in, the superstars, the winners of last week. You get Aiden and Tommy. You get Xet to come back in this one with Rust Daddy and Kakoa. So, big names, big faces that are going to be competing for that prize at the end of the rainbow. But this is just a great, great tournament nonetheless. We can take a look at the bracket to show the final results of this one. Distract and We Might Pop Off. Obviously, the 2 teams that we just witnessed, and with Distract just popping off, unfortunately, against Pop Off, and that was all that they needed. That icing on the cake. Distract was just doing it all night long, and they continued to do and have that consistency through the grand finals.
I don't know. I might just be like a genius, but I was saying, does Track look like the scariest duo in this tournament? I only got to see 8 teams, but they were clearly my favorite and proving that they are the best at this qualifier. But we also have 2 more qualifiers going on this month. So if you want to sign up, go to battlefight.com telecast.tv/elite-gamer, where you can sign up. It's free. Grab a duo. You don't even have to be good at the game. Hopefully you just, own a PC and a controller and or a mouse, and you can compete. The next qualifier will be on October 21st, and then our last qualifier is on October 23rd. So we hope you guys have that week free. And if you want to tune in on that action, it is right here, twitch.tv/Florida Mutineers, or I guess FL Mutineers. And really shout out to them and Cox, and of course GCN for making this happen.
Yeah, cannot give us enough credit to everyone that did help us put this show together. Of course, having someone as wonderful as you alongside me to carry me through this broadcast, my first time on the show. So it's awesome coming in to do this, plus everyone behind the scenes, the production team putting all this together. Cannot give enough credit to everybody involved.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be seeing you for qualifier number 3 on October 21st on this channel. Have a good night.